and I totally mistyped it again. Wow. I'm looking down in the right-hand corner. The first letter is small caps. Something is all caps. Lush fans, I totally and completely apologize on that one. Now, Rod J or RJ of Rod J Beer Reviews actually asked me what I was going to do on the night, and the answer originally was no. I was supposed to go to the Portage County Fair and watch the truck pull tonight, but that's okay. That's totally all right. It's one of those ones to where, hey, it happens. Now I'm going to jump on my page real fast. Let's see here. It's nice to know that, like, you don't give you that option now in this newfangled setup. There we go. Sorry about that, Lush fans. You got a little bit of echo. That's because me, I was just trying to set up. I really was. Let's see here. This is excuse me. So go over there, go over there. I know what it is. Hold on. It busts your hump, and it's like, what in the world? There we go. Lance Lush, and I know people is talking about this in a live setting that I shouldn't give the Hangout link, excuse me, in this. But hey, what can you do? Drunkin One is on here. Let me answer Drunkin One here real fast. I pretty much asked Drunkin One is like, you on? I thought that you would not be on tonight because where he's at right now, they got that hurricane coming. So I thought he's batting down the hatches. So one of those ones to where there's more important things than beer, all right? Way more important things than beer, like your life and your safety, all right? And he joins me. I'm actually shocked tonight.
Hey. Oh, shoot, man. It's not even raining yet. I mean, I'm talking about literally it's not even sprinkling out there yet.
No kidding.
Oh, I'm keeping a close eye on it. Yeah, I'm keeping a very close eye on it.
You got someone you have like the local news on down there?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got 3 screens, and all of them had something different.
Oh, that's not good. It's like, I don't want you in a situation like you're in the chat here. It's like all of a sudden you got to bail because you got to not necessarily run away, but like get the safety, you know?
Oh, no, it's not that bad. I'm inland quite a bit, and where the eye of the storm is, where all the nastiness is happening, is in a place called Corpus Christi. That's pretty, I guess, probably about 100 miles maybe from where I live.
That's pretty much southwest of Houston, right?
Yeah, I'm just north of Houston.
Well, I mean, Corpus Christi is like, that's pretty much southwest of Houston?
Yes, it is. Yes, Corpus is. And so, yeah, it's pretty gruesome. Let me see if I can. I don't know if you've been keeping up with it at all. I know there's a screen around here with that on there, or maybe not. Okay, I can dig it up real quick. Anyway, yeah, I'll do a screen share thing here in a second. Yeah, it's about 20 miles off the coast. It is 125 mile an hour winds. It's a Category 4 hurricane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Like where you're at now, like once it hit landfall, you're expecting a lot of rain and tornado warnings. That's about it.
Exactly. Yeah. Lots and lots of rain. Well, they're talking about it coming going onto the land in Corpus, and then they don't know which way it's going to go, which usually they do, but they don't know which way it's going to go because this one here is kind of screwy. And then they were talking about it going back out over the Gulf, which makes it even stronger, and then coming back to go through Houston.
No, don't worry. Like it'd be another one of those Gulf storms, like that make that big left hook and head my way eventually. You know.
It could. Yeah, it really could. There's just no telling. Yeah, there's several live streams on now showing that thing. Let me cue one up. I don't know where you went now. I know you're here one of these little boxes, but this one? Uh-oh. I didn't lose you, did I?
No, I'm still here.
Okay, there you go. All right, I found you here. You're in that one. Okay, here, and then I'll screen share. This.
Yeah, back where Beer Reviews joins us. Welcome, and I'll let you know what's going on. We have a serious issue going on down in Southeast Texas. I'm trying to get a live update right now.
My mother-in-law and father-in-law are there.
Yeah, I'm just north of Houston, and it's coming to Corpus over here. And then they're talking about they didn't know it was gonna come in here, and then they were talking about it coming back out and up the shoreline, and then up through Houston. But they're usually pretty good about knowing which direction it's going. But this one they just don't. Sorry about the poor quality. I don't know why that looks
I don't
like
see it
that.
kicking back out. I just don't see it.
My mother-in-law and father-in-law are in Corpus, right where that's hitting right now.
Oh, hell no.
What up?
Yeah.
Rod J joins us. Welcome.
We messed up. But you Rod.
All right, man.
Now, Craig of Kent Beer Reviews joined us in the chat. It's like, not on judge, but we're watching comment. Keep safe, Drunkin One. That's my main thing right now. It's like,
yes,
I make sure you're safe.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I got plenty of canned goods.
Here, hey, look what I got.
There you go. Got plenty of canned goods. Yeah, Dad's got a generator up there, and so I mean, if the girls and kids get too hot, they can go to Grandpa's house, and so I mean, he'll never know what happens besides the sound of the rain on his roof.
Girl's born right there. That's the fella that sent that jerk.
Howdy. Thanks, Pops.
Thanks, Pop.
No, it's all good. At least it hadn't even started raining here yet, so.
My mother-in-law and father-in-law are right there in Corpus. They refuse to leave, so my wife's freaking out right now. You know, Amanda. She's worried right now.
Yeah, I imagine because they Corpus, the mayor of Corpus was putting everybody on school buses and taking them out to San Antonio, trying to get them away from all that crap.
No, they're not going nowhere. They're staying right there in the house. They got all kinds of people in their house right now.
Oh boy!
Because they're the only ones with electricity.
Oh really? Their power's out already? I mean, other people's powers are out already?
Yeah, and they got. He's the only one in their neighborhood with a generator.
Oh, so it's a community place. Then they know they know what they have. So they got to show up there. Gotcha.
The only one that's prepared. Yeah, that's
the thing. Now I just got done telling Pops. I'd say, look at here. I'd be telling motherfuckers, you stay away.
All right. How much money you got? You should have jumped that bus and went to San Antonio.
No. Actually, a friend of mine lives in San Antonio, and she was telling me she's scared to death a lot because of tornadoes and flooding.
What?
Not even a hurricane.
Yeah, they do, right. It spawns tornadoes for sure. Yeah.
Hey, have y'all have you had the resin beer yet?
Uh-uh.
Hello, Daddy.
Is that the one you sent? Oh no, that's the lime.
Have any of y'all drank a resin beer?
What resin beer?
Like, be more specific with that.
I've had hemp beer before.
Right?
You talking about the one from Lagunitas? That's only in California right now.
No, I just drank me a resin, man. It's 103 IBUs and 9.1% ABV.
What's the name of the beer, though?
What?
What's the name of it?
Resin.
Oh, it's called resin.
Oh, no,
like resin.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll go get the can. I'll show you.
I know what you're talking about now. I've seen it on the shelf. I haven't had it yet.
Starting to think he's got some real resin going on there.
No. There's actually pot. There's actually a pot beer out right now. And that's
well, it's Lagunitas, but Lagunitas was not THC.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be.
You only get it in California right now.
I got it all crushed up, but hold on. Well, let me get. Hold on.
That's the one I see, I think.
Right here?
Yeah, that's the one I've seen on the shelf.
You see?
Yeah.
Oh, I've had that before. Yeah, that's pretty good. 6 point out of New York.
It's 9.1%, man.
Oh.
103 IBU. I'm here to talk about beer. I ain't here to talk about that hurricane. I gotta hear enough of it.
Oh, I ain't saying nothing. Damn.
But yeah, man. I mean, God dang, dude, that beer, man. It's like it gives you a minute, and then it's like it punches you in the freaking asshole.
Hey, can't you more blunt than that? That's for damn sure.
And look, hold on. And I don't know if you've all had the Founding Fathers lagers. Man, that's a good one. You're getting sweetness in the front, and then you give it a minute, and then you get sweetness in the back in the lager. It's amazing.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm drinking this one right now.
What is that?
Voodoo Ranger?
This is Voodoo Ranger Special Release Atomic Pumpkin.
I haven't had that.
Oh, a pumpkin beer.
That's probably why.
But let me look. Hey, I'm gonna listen to this now. It's pumpkin ale featuring cinnamon and habanero chili peppers.
Woohoo!
That's spicy.
I'm gonna do a review on it itself, but I kind of cheated and popped the top on one tonight. What happens is you're getting like a malt in the front, and then in the back you get the habanero spice, and it's like it gives you a kick in the chin. It's like,
now is it up front or is the back side?
It's the back. It's the back where you get the habanero heatness to it. It got to where I actually had to mix it with a Bud Light in order to drink it.
Ooh.
Damn, that bad?
So I have
that's strong.
So this right here is a Voodoo and a Bud Light mix.
Ooh.
I don't know if I can handle that one, man.
If we got Bud Light, I don't want it.
I'm doing a review on it this week. So, yeah, it's something. Let me tell you.
So, now working right to left on my screen. What is going on with everybody? And Rod, I'll start with you first.
I'm just eating some cookies and ice cream right now.
That's what I thought you were doing.
And some Ben & Jerry's salted caramel pour.
Oh, damn.
And some chocolate M&M cookies.
Now, what prize you got?
Before I drink my beer, I get my ice cream there for my dessert from dinner.
What prize you got?
It's good, man. Get you some Oreo cookies.
Huh?
Get you some Oreo cookies and mash them up with God, what's it called? The like s'mores Ben and Jerry's.
Ooh.
Oh Lord, talk about fat for days.
You take like the chocolate chip cookies. I got those soft cookies. You put them in the microwave for like 25 seconds. Then you put the ice cream on top. And I got that salted caramel core, and it just like all goes together.
We can't buy a lot of chocolate chip cookies or Oreo cookies, man, because I go through a whole freaking pack of them in a night. I'm a fat ass.
Yeah, don't let me have you a pack of pecan sandies, you know. I'll fight to the death for one of those things.
But I'll get a beer in a second.
Oh, okay. Now, Drunkin One, I know given the circumstance you got right now, what are you drinking right now?
Oh, I'm embarrassed to show you. I am drinking some bush beer.
Are you heading for the mountains tonight? Heading for the mountains. Wow.
You know, there's a Lions fan or something?
Right above.
It was super cheap. My bubblers are still bubbling, and I don't want to drink up all my home brew sitting home. So I figured I'll just drink some crap beer that's cheap. I think it's like 20 bucks a 30 pack. So. What's that? What's that?
Bush will give you diarrhea before the Bud Light will.
Probably will.
You gotta remember, I'm a Tennessee people.
Cheap.
Bush will give you the shit.
What about slits, you know?
Shit.
Oh, Schlitz is definitely the shit.
I'm sorry, I slid that one in. I'm sorry.
That was clever.
Right.
So we know what. And
on that map, you Drunkin One.
And backwards, we know what he's drinking. So we established we're all drinking. So what is going on in the news this week? Anybody knows?
Oh, don't get me started on the news, man.
I'm talking about beer news.
Oh.
I should have specified that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got to clarify, man. Don't be talking about the news now. I get mad.
News.
I'll leave and unsubscribe everybody. I'll shut my YouTube channel down.
Yeah.
Well, now Rod, you might know because like I pretty much been out of the loop the last few weeks. I've been so flat busy. I wasn't supposed to do a live stream tonight. So do you know what anything is going on right now?
Well, we talked about a couple things last night, but I'm trying to remember. Drunkin One, you remember? Well, I don't remember.
What were we talking about last week?
I know that the head craft brewer from Highland Brewing left to go to Guinness.
Well, I knew that part.
In Baltimore, that happened. And then another brewery was bought yesterday.
Which one bought yesterday?
Or a couple days ago. We were talking about it yesterday for a little bit. Who was it? Let me see here.
Roebling shut down.
No, I probably saw it. I probably totally glossed over because I was at work when I saw it.
It was Funky Buddha. Funky Buddha got bought yesterday.
Oh, Funky Buddha in Florida, that one?
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't go anywhere if you're going to drink beer.
Well, I guess that was like a couple weeks ago, but it kind of just all is coming out now or whatever. But they got bought by Constellation. Of course, Constellation owns Ballast Point, too.
Percocet.
It's not getting good, guys. It's not getting good.
Take a Percocet.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean,
Percocet knocked that
last
thing
week,
out.
somebody else got bought. I mean, you got like Craft Buying Craft, too. Magnolia got bought by New Belgium. They needed the help. They didn't go to bid. They pulled them out.
All I do is get rid of that damn phone. That's stupid.
Yeah, when you get okay. When you get that big block forming, once you start getting that 20% range, there's where the real problems start because they can cartel themselves.
Yeah.
to force everybody out, or force everybody down.
Right. Well, it's funny. Lagunitas got bought by Heineken, but back in the end of July, at the end of July, Lagunitas have bought 20% of Shorts Brewing in Michigan, which is under the 25%. So Shorts can stay a craft brewer, I guess. But in a way, Heineken is making their move on Shorts as well. It seems.
Well, there's probably
you
a
say
buyout involved.
Lagunitas got bought out by Heineken?
Yeah, they've been bought out by Heineken. Yeah.
I thought
that situation is more.
They sold the company, but I didn't know it was Heineken.
Yeah, it's Heineken. They sold some of it last year. They sold the rest of it to them this year, as far as the shares and everything.
Well, it's not necessarily a buyout, but more of a controlling interest. But I understand what you're saying.
They sold the remaining shares to Heineken.
Oh, they own the remaining shares. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
Yeah, they own earlier this year.
Well, you know the son to Heineken. Actually, what happened was Heineken lost the company. And, the son of the owner of Heineken worked from his way from the bottom up to the top. He bought enough shares to own the company again.
Oh.
And I mean from the bottom, literally from the bottom.
Starting from the bottom, now he's here.
And I don't see. I couldn't imagine Heineken buying Lagunitas. I mean, that makes no sense.
Heineken, yeah, they bought a controlling interest last year, and they finished it out this year.
It means got to be a distribution.
They all
Distribution's got to be.
So they're buying and they craft if they can. They all want that on their books. That's for money to be made.
Of course, to me, Lagunitas is garbage anyway, but...
Hey, now. It's all right.
Well, I mean, it's a preference, and I mean, but Heineken ain't that damn good either.
No, Heineken, yeah.
Okay, now Heineken, I would be the first person to admit, if they put it in front of my face, I'll drink it. Outside of that, I'm not going out looking for it,
I'm sorry. I would rather drink in a freaking O'Doul's than a Heineken.
No, I won't go that far. I would not drink in O'Doul's. I would never go that far.
I'm sorry. Y'all should know by now. If you tried my channel, you should know by now. I tell it how it is, regardless. Don't lie. I would
go that far.
One alcoholic O'Doul's than a damn Heineken.
That's pretty bad.
It's going down to hour to drink salt water. All right.
Wow. That is pretty bad.
Wow.
All you're getting is calories out of it. You're not even getting a buzz.
So,
we talked about millennials buying more macro beer nowadays.
What's that?
Report.
No, right. What's that?
Millennials are buying more macro. They're saying than craft.
I think it's called Cetaphil. It's cETAPH.
Now I would say this, with the millennials,
but I mean
they're so bombarded with selection. I don't necessarily think they're dragging everybody down, but they're dragging everybody down. That makes sense.
No insurance.
I know.
But they're broke, so that's why they're buying macros probably. Some of them. But they're living home with mommy and daddy, a good amount of them.
Great.
I mean, it's like I'm thinking millennials now that I know is like.
Drunkin One is laughing.
I'm laughing. No, look! I'm laughing at this. Look at this. They're saying for the people who didn't evacuate, that they want you to write your name and social security number on your arm, so you can be ID'd.
Jeez.
That's on the news.
That's on CNN and News Now 11 or something. Fox number 10.
What movie was that? That was
if it gets that bad, you might as well just write, "Oh shit."
Yeah. What movie was that? That was Johnny Mnemonic. That was Johnny Mnemonic that had the barcodes in her neck. Same thing.
Yeah, Johnny Mnemonic, yeah.
Wow. I don't know that I'd write my social security number on myself. I don't care how bad it got.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You don't die. Somebody stole your identity.
Exactly, right?
What are you drinking, man?
Who?
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 You.
Who?
Man,
Who?
there ain't no owls at this party.
Say
You talking about the
what?
host?
What are you drinking?
What do you think he's drinking?
Lance, are you drinking Natty, Lance? What are
I
you
don't know. I
drinking?
can't see.
No. Okay. Oh, no. Hold on. At the moment,
Ice, Labatt Ice. What?
I'm finishing off a natty Labatt Ice, but I have a great.
Of course you are.
No, I have a Great Lakes in the fridge right now.
Of course you do.
Which Great Lakes?
I have Oktoberfest in the fridge.
Oh, it's still early for Oktoberfest.
No. You know what? I saw it at the gas station today
Nonsense.
for $4, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and lift it. You know,
$4 for a 6-pack?
yeah.
Oh, that's. You sure it's this year's?
It was in a discount cooler, so you
But you
know.
sure it's this year's and not last year's?
I didn't look at that part yet.
At that price, it's probably 10 years ago.
Hell, it was cheap. I did a review today, all right? Actually, you know what? I'm looking at- Now, for those of you that was on last week, not on this particular live stream, but the other one we had, I have an update. Now, this beer here is the one I reviewed.
That's the one you got in the mail from the guy.
Yeah, for
Well,
Old
closer to the
Boston.
camera. Can't see the label.
Sorry.
You ain't gonna yell. Yeah, actually, you do.
Now, this
What
one
is, what is that? Like an ant?
that is the Brown Eye Brewing's Coconut Over Bessie's Pop Cherries. It is a West Indies style Hefeweizen brewed with 100% coconut water from start to finish. Then fermented for 3 months on cherries. It damn was good.
I heard if you say coconut 3 times, Average Joe shows up.
You know what? Joe's usually lurking by now. You know, you took him up.
He's like Beetlejuice. You say coconut, he'll show up.
Or to say it 3 times, he'll pop up. Wow, like Candyman. Actually, you know what? Hockey season's getting ready to start here real soon. He's probably preoccupied with that.
Yeah, I don't know why. He's Buffalo Sabre fan.
Oh, damn. Damn. Just throw the Sabres under the bus. Now he will show up.
I'm a Penguins fan.
You're a Penguins fan?
Oh, yeah, boy. Anything Steelers, man. Or anything Pittsburgh. Steelers, Penguins.
Where are you located at? Are you in PA?
No, man. My family's from Pennsylvania, man.
Okay.
Oh, it sounds like me. Like, I maybe live here in Akron, but it's like I'm a lifelong Saints fan because all my relatives, you know. Same thing. Even
Well,
I know they suck.
You know, it's. I mean, I grew up. It was, you know, Pennsylvania was home to everybody. You know, I mean, and I was born in Nuremberg, Germany, because my father served 20 years in the army. You know. So I had to pick something, you know what I'm saying?
No, fair enough.
So I became a Steelers fan, a Penguins fan, you know. So
Pirates fan?
But yeah, Pirates fan, you know. So it is what it is, you know what I mean?
Well, doing better than me, jeez. I can tolerate the Browns and the Indians, but you know, being a Saints fan. You know,
I'm sorry. The Browns don't even deserve to be in the NFL.
That should be a spot for Alabama. Alabama should take their spot.
Oh, jeez. That's coming from somebody who's down by Cincinnati. Wow.
Hey, I'm not a Bengals fan. I've moved to the area. I just watch them because I'm here.
Gee. Oh, they're just available. I understand.
Well, you got to think, man. I've lived in Tennessee since 2006, and I'll be the first to tell you that the Titans can pretty much go the hell away.
Yeah. Hey, Drunkin One, be careful down there, man. They say that it's up to a 4 now.
It's a 4 now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a category 4, and it just turned north, which I'm not crazy about.
Now
minutes.
that would afford us 140 max, right?
130 wind speed, 155 wind gusts.
Ooh.
Northwest 8 miles per hour, 45 miles east of Corpus Christi, southeast of Corpus Christi.
Yeah, but Drunkin One should be okay. Right, babe?
No.
Unless it makes that left hook.
No.
Yeah, I'm up here quite a ways, but as a matter of fact, it hasn't rained here at all. I mean, it's sprinkled a little bit. The way the bands are going, I'm not really in it so far, but they're talking about a change in direction.
He's going to get wind. He's going to get flooding.
Yeah.
How much?
About 75 miles per hour.
It's going to get pretty gruesome.
Yeah, but he's out. Hey, Drunkin One.
Yes, sir.
You're kind of in the wood line, ain't you?
It's turning.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's turning north. Is where it's turning. Yeah, it's
well,
not looking good.
My wife just said that you probably need to buckle down, man.
Not so much. He might get minor flooding and some wind. Not near as much as my parents are gonna get.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm not getting anything like the parents are gonna get. Oh, I'm not religious, but I pray for them already because they should have left. I don't know why they didn't. That was a stupid decision.
There's no people on the highway today, stuck.
Oh yeah, if you're still on Galveston Island, you're a fool. Yeah, it's 130 mile an hour winds, man. That's crazy.
You know, when I look at
for a hurricane, there's only one more category above it. You know.
Are you guys down there too, Backwood? Are you in Texas?
You look like
no, man. I'm in Tennessee.
You are in Tennessee. Okay.
My mother-in-law and father-in-law are right there in Corpus.
Oh wow!
And my father-in-law decided not to leave the home. So
that's right on the Gulf of Mexico.
That's where it's heading. Is Corpus.
What did you see? Did you see that like a little hook as they're expecting to take on his path?
Right there, it's doing it right there. I don't know if you can see it on screen.
There's that electric I was talking about.
Yeah, I live like up here a little ways.
And my mom's like, it looks so pretty outside.
Yeah.
Before the storm.
I got two brother-in-laws, and my mother-in-law and my father-in-law are right there on the Gulf in Corpus, so they're gonna get 100% of what's coming.
Every bit of 80 or 90 for sure. But it's pretty gruesome.
You know what? Like, latest weather been up here in Northeast Ohio. You guys get all that rain down there. Up here, we all of a sudden we get snow, you know? We're like a foot of snow.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about 40-something inches of rain within the next few days. Storm surge is 12 feet.
Well, according to, what'd you say, how much rain?
They're supposed to get over 3 feet of rain.
3 feet of rain.
By tomorrow.
By tomorrow, so,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, just the way it's turning is it's been, the rain bands have been missing me, but we're going to get wet at some point, for sure.
Wow.
Yes, enough. Drunkin One, you got me on that map yet?
Don't worry.
I don't know. I don't think so. I can put you on
there.
there.
Put me on that map, man. I sent you a dang beer. I deserve to be on that map. I'm going to get mad.
Right? I didn't even drink the beer yet.
Yeah, I know. And every time I see you pop up with a video, I'm waiting for my beer to show up.
Jeez.
Now
I have to ask, what
you want a pink sticker?
I don't give a crap what sticker you give me.
What color you want?
Now
I don't care. You pick it and you stick it, man.
Oh,
my first question is, what beer is it? What beer is it?
Oh my God, there's a mountain
beer. I'm telling you right now, I got a beer sitting here in the refrigerator waiting for you to put that sticker on that map.
Tennessee, you Southwest boys. You're down there with the Kentucky Swagger. Whatever happened to that guy?
Hey, don't you say Tennessee Southwest, man.
What?
I know better than I.
Southeast, right here. My bad.
What's up?
Hey, up here.
No, man.
Tennessee.
Tennessee is south.
Hey,
Tennessee's out below Kentucky.
Hey, us in Akron, we consider suburbs, all right? We love our friends down there.
Huh? You see what I got the X? See over here. You're never the ones with the other rednecks.
The big boy.
Hey, we ain't rednecks, man. We educated at least the 3rd grade.
Nice. Right?
You can't sign when they can't stand.
Oh, goodness. That's what I'm pinning Taylor.
Our statues ain't getting tore down. They get moved.
Hey, don't worry. You're in the capital of West Virginia, up where I'm at. You'll be just fine. You know.
Shit, I went to WVU.
Hey, Lush.
Boondock.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
You in Alaska?
No.
Who's in Alaska?
Where you at?
Alaska.
Who?
Who?
Boondock got that resin.
Lisa was going to come over tonight, but I told her you're hurting too bad.
Like,
Where you at, Lance?
I'm in Akron, Ohio. What? In Alaska? What the hell?
Yeah, they're close
I
together.
can swear you said Anchorage, Alaska.
That's an Akron. Anchorage, like I wouldn't be online right now. What the hell?
Somebody's high as shit.
Damn that resin. It makes me hear shit.
I wouldn't even do live streams because of the time difference. Jeez.
Look, I went to take a drink and it's empty. I'm gonna get yelled at by my wife. She's gonna say, "You're too damn drunk. You need to go to bed."
Go to bed. It's only 7:40 according to my phone.
You ever like buy beer when you didn't want to buy beer?
It's $6.40 a year. All right, hold on 1 second. I gotta go get my last beer of the day.
Good day. What? It'll be night next, right?
Who wears the pants in the family?
Now, Rod, what did you ask?
So you ever buy beer where it's like you didn't want to buy beer, but you're like pissed off and you bought it anyway?
Yeah. Oh, we got the lady on the line. The lady on the stream now.
And you're wanting to know who wears the pants in the family?
That's you.
You're looking at her, honey.
Yeah, I know, right? You need to give him his balls back.
hey, now, show some respect, all right?
No, it's all right. She's married to me, so she can take it.
She's tough.
Look, all right, look. This is that Forefathers lager I was talking about.
The Founding Fathers Light? That's
man, it's good.
Now give me some insight on that one. What's going on with that one?
All right, hold on. Let me tell you.
It's a 4.2.
It's a 4.2.
Found that online.
What it says is this exceptionally handcrafted light lager is brewed with 3 types of 2-row barley malts
Hungry?
and premium Pacific Northwest hops. Founding Fathers Light has a refreshing, smooth taste with a crisp, clean finish. I mean, it really doesn't give you a lot on the can. It's a good lager, and like I told y'all,
picture.
Let's see if you can see the picture. I don't know.
So basically, it's got a 3-row hop plus a poor man's Chinook, excuse me. That's what it sounds like.
But now, let me tell you, when I drank this lager, it actually, not too long ago, I told y'all that I always, my go-to was the, what was it?
A lager?
No, the go-to that I had before then was the
Founders All Day IPA.
Yeah, the All Day. What the hell?
The Founders All Day IPA.
Founders.
The All Day IPA, okay.
But this lager has actually replaced that. It's just, it has a sweet front and a sweet back. And
Hold on.
If any of y'all can find a Roebling Please send it to me.
I mean, this lager, it's just, you're getting a sweet malt in the front, and then in the back, you're getting a sweetness to it. It's just amazing. I've had a lot to drink today, y'all.
Thank you.
I'm back, but I don't care.
So, here, hold this. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pour this for y'all. I don't know if you can see. Hold on.
Yes, go ahead and pour that. Now, Average Joe is in the chat right now. He finally popped up. So, Average Joe, welcome.
Lexi's F will once again be a 100. Lexi had an F in world history.
That is all day. IPA is my jam.
Teacher couldn't find it, so she had an F for history. I went home so I can fill that one out to turn it back in to bring her F to a 100.
I'll send Joe the link.
That's the only thing she had as world history so far. And it brought her to a freaking F.
Y'all see it?
It looks very clean, from I can tell from here.
It is. It's very clean, crisp.
It looks like.
Of course, you can see the head, but the way I poured it, I didn't do like, a hard or semi-hard pour.
Right up here.
But I mean, it actually is pretty filtered. I don't know if y'all can tell.
It looks pretty clear.
Like a lot of like a center carbonation though, like a lot of American malts or lagers. They'll have that carbonation. You can see it, but it's all in the center, nothing else.
Yeah, and it's actually a light to medium carbonation. It's not a heavy carb at all.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, it is really good. I mean, it really is. It has become my go-to.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Totally fair enough.
Now, a trick I learned, actually, if you set it in the refrigerator in a glass, believe it or not, after 30 minutes to an hour, the head on it is more thicker.
You did that last night.
Really?
Yeah. And my wife was sitting here next to me when we were smoking our cigarettes, and that head is actually thick. But when if you open the can of port and drink it, it's not that thick.
Right now?
But if you let it sit in the fridge in a glass for 30 to an hour, real good. And I mean, it's really nice.
Per hour. But they said,
Okay.
40, and he advised everybody to get out. It's going to be.
Well, the mayor already done.
He done declared.
The mayor done told everybody, get the hell out of the damn town.
They've already made it a mandatory evacuation. So if anything, heaven forbid,
I mean,
were to happen, which I know it's going to be.
If Pop-Pop don't want to listen, it's Pop-Pop.
They're screwed.
As far as I'm concerned.
Well, they can tell you to get out, but there's nothing they can't come to your house and drag you out of there. But
No,
what'll happen is when there's rooftop rescues, because it'll be that way, is they'll be the last to get picked up because they were told to leave. So that they don't get punished in like a monetary sense, but you'll be the last to get rescued.
And I told, but see, the thing is, I told my father-in-law, I said, what you need to do is get you a dang bungee cord and strap a ladder to the gutter, so it's weighed down and stays right there, so they can climb up on the roof if need be.
To the gutter, it's going to wash up.
It will not wash up. He's got a dang pipe ladder. I've used it, but he didn't listen to nobody. So if the house gets flooded in to where they got to sit on the roof, it is what it is.
Yep. It's a bad decision, but I mean, you can only do what you can do. That's what they said. They said we can't make them get out, but but yeah, that was a poor decision.
My wife's pissed and worried because he decided for them to stay there.
Well, I'm sure they'll be all right, but they're obviously going to be without power for a while.
See, my father-in-law, he got his feet crushed.
Okay.
So he can't walk or nothing.
Oh, hell.
He can walk.
Well, he
He
can't
ain't
really
making up that ladder so good, then.
So who knows? We'll see what happens.
All they can do is drive.
Yeah, I hope the best for him. Yeah, it's just it's kind of a crazy time. It's happened in the last 12 years, not one this big anyway.
Yep. It's going to be as bad as Hurricane Ike.
My wife says it's going to be as bad as Hurricane Ike, if I heard.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. They're I'm watching the news on several formats, and yeah, it's just this is not good. The weathercasters can't even say which way it's going to go. All the projected paths it's going to take looks like Houston freeways. it's spaghetti. They don't even know where it's going to go. And now here, right at the last minute, it's turning north, which that'll just totally change everything.
Well, like the one thing with meteorologists, they spend all years in school to make 60 grand plus to be right 40% of the time.
I know that's right. Yeah, especially here because our weather changes so quick. And when these hurricanes are like this, usually they're pretty predictable. It's like a funnel, and they know it's going to be somewhere in here. But this one, all of them tossing their hands up saying, "I don't know," because it's going to slow down even more, which is a bad thing. That means it's going to suck up more of that warm ass Gulf water. Then they're talking about it going in and then coming back out, and it hasn't even made it all the way to the shore, and it's already trying to go along the shoreline. So it's just going to intensify. I don't think it'll get to
I just don't know.
I don't think it can get to a Cat 5, but it's like I'm watching it right there. Yeah, it's like spaghetti. They don't know where it's going to go. So before they were saying it was going to go in and come back out, pick up some more Gulf water.
Yeah.
I heard Corpus is going to get 20-foot swells.
Well, I know it's going to change the price of gas nationwide. We have 33%. Yeah. We have 33% of the refineries down here.
That's what you got to get a refinery scene down there.
Yeah. Well, and it's hitting the two biggest ones. If it goes, Corpus Christi is a great big one there. Baytown and all that stuff through there, and Pasadena, which is just east of Houston, west of Houston. Anyway, and Houston itself, yeah, we got lots of refineries.
As long as it goes as far as East New Orleans, my roads are at, I'm good.
In Texas.
Well, and then we have pipelines and stuff that come from these refineries across the U.S. And there's like pumps and sump pumps and things like that. And if those go underwater, the fuel don't move. The product can't be delivered.
No, it won't go up.
It's not fear for your life, but it can be a little spooky.
Don't use that much. Don't use it for
the best thing you can do is be prepared. Thank you.
Hey, Rod, you've been really quiet over there. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just reading some stuff online.
You trying to update some news there for us?
I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
I was just looking at some other stuff here, getting some stuff off my messages.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, y'all, stop talking.
Is that your mom?
Mom.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. How do you put up with him?
Not easy, let me tell you.
Hello.
Hello.
Fence torn down, power lines down.
How do you know my name?
Amanda, this shit is getting bad, like really quick.
You know my
I don't know if you see this. Look, see these big ass trees? It's just Bro, check this out.
He's on Facebook Live. I'm watching the hurricane in Corpus Christi right now from his house.
Right? I am too.
It got interrupted.
Yeah, this definitely affects me. You know, this is gonna come through my place at some point. I just want to see how bad it's gonna be.
They're flooded. Trees are knocked down. Power lines are knocked down, and it got interrupted.
Give me a second.
There it goes.
I can't see nothing. Well, anyways.
They have no power.
Let me show you
Already?
real quick.
Yeah, it's gonna be another 5
Yeah,
days.
they have no power.
I opened this door earlier.
Hey, Lance.
Yeah.
I'm watching it live at my
that
brother's
Portland-
broadcasting.
Portland gets beer delivery now.
And it just slams my other door shut.
Wait, what beer delivery? I'm sorry.
Portland gets beer delivery.
Now a
No,
category.
I did not know that.
Just like we do in Cincinnati, Amazon delivers beer now.
No, we don't have that. We don't have that luxury here yet.
They're just doing it in spots across the country right now.
To me, this is already bad. I took off.
I know we have an Amazon drop-off location here. Is like, I don't think doing that particular thing here at the moment.
We haven't had something like this since the 70s. One time at least. Wes, you should know, Wes, you're that old shit.
This is in Corpus right now, where my brother's at.
Right.
The streets are flooded. Trees are knocked down.
People are saying,
Wow.
Power lines are down.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's a category for 140 miles.
I can't hear now.
Right now. They're not talking, they're watching this.
You stay in Corpus, Mark?
We're talking. Blah blah blah.
Good news is I'm not dehydrated.
Right?
I'm worried about this tree breaking. Out a window.
Yes,
They're watching that. They're watching Paul.
Yeah, I had Paul on there.
Whoa. What does it look like?
They look like here.
No, it looks like a thunderstorm.
That hasn't even hit. You can see trees.
yeah, but most thunderstorms don't have 130-mile-an-hour winds. It does indeed look like a big thunderstorm. Just looking at it, you know. But yeah, it's this is pretty gruesome. Like I say, it doesn't look like much, but that's pretty darn windy. Imagine going about as fast as your car can go and then sticking your head outside.
Well, this is. Let me reset. Let me reset the show. Hold on a minute. This is Lance Lush. Like, Rod J. I don't know what's going on with him right now. But like, we have Backwood joining us. We have Drunkin One joining us. Now, Average Joe, who's usually here with me on Friday nights, is lurking in the chat, but he hasn't said anything in the, and that's quite a while. So like, if you want to join, welcome. You're always are, you know. So let's keep that in mind.
I'm gonna stay back down right here. I'm gonna wait this thing out.
But the news of the day is not beer. We're talking weather.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we care, all right? We legitimately care.
It's all good. Yeah. It's not all about, you know, the weather, I guess, but it is a bit concerning.
I'm bored as hell now.
Y'all can talk about beer. I won't tell.
off of here.
All right, take care, Junior.
No leaving town. I'll try and get on in a little bit if y'all still going.
All righty.
All right.
All right. This tree sitting right here.
You want some?
You know, it's one of those ones where it's like, there's really, in this week, because I've been out of the loop, I don't know what Rod said. I really know I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, I don't even know where y'all look for that information.
I mean, it's out there. Somebody might post on their timeline. You're on a beer site. We're on a beer page that posts the news. I mean, it's a lot of it you can find out there.
Oh, okay.
Now, it all really depends. Now, if I forget, there's one viewer out there right now, and I think that's Average Joe, but don't quote me on that. But that one viewer out there watches right now, welcome. Welcome to the LTL General Chat. If you like, chime in. Let me know you exist.
There you go.
No, it's one of those ones to where honestly, this week was like one of those impromptus because I really was been somewhere else tonight.
Oh.
And I hate that.
There's Joe. And Rod.
Yeah,
they
Rod and Jonathan Joe jumped in at the same time. Average Joe, the man from Buffalo, welcome.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
How's it going?
So what I was saying before is that Portland now has the delivery of beer by Amazon. So they're like Cincinnati in that regard.
Is that Portland, Oregon or Portland, Maine?
Portland, Oregon. Which I'd have figured they would have had it by now.
I wish they'd have delivered beer here in Akron while I'm spending $40. I wish I had that.
Well, Amazon has their target market set. They're doing it, but you can order. I looked at it one time in Cincinnati. You're still ordering pretty much at the price here, but it's like $9.99 a 6-pack of like some of the local stuff. But you're maybe paying extra $2 for someone to come bring it to you. I don't know how they're making money off of it, but
here in Akron, it's $40 as a package deal with food. It's just a big mess.
Just bring me the 6-pack, but leave the food there.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you have to go get those tampons, you got to load up the bag with everything else, so it's just not like you're there for tampons.
Yeah. You gotta hide it. You gotta hide all the stuff.
Is this the correct chat? If I
every significant other has been there and had to do that. There's always that first time. I don't even like peanuts, but it was the closest thing to the register.
Oh, geez. Wow.
Just throw it on the belt.
Rod, this is not the albino rhino.
I'll take two.
This is not the albino rhino BDU show.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, no, wait, we get vulgar here. You're not trying to keep it clean as possible. Come on now.
PG, possibly PG-13, Lance. Can't get too crazy. Gotta
MA. So I'm now drinking a Deschutes Swivelhead Red IPA.
Okay, now I have not had that one yet. Please give a quick review on that.
Malty, does have the hoppiness, does have the notes of the IPA. Light in ABV for what I usually drink, 6.5%. But it goes down very nice, has a nice crisp bitter feel to it, and I can drink this one like in a summer day and be fine with it personally.
Okay, good.
You got chill wave. It's like a light chill wave.
Okay, so it's the nice summertime crisp beer.
Light.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Light chill wave.
We like to have Massachusetts beer reviews join in, and that's him welcome.
It is.
Hello, nice of you to include me tonight. Trying to find out what beer to drink here. Maybe Miller Lite. Maybe how about a double IPA? Okay.
Yeah, you get that Miller Lite in your fridge.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go back here until I get up. You know, like I got a Great Lakes on standby. Go figure.
One pack of bacon on the one level of the fridge.
Yeah. I feel like you should fry up some of that bacon and then cleanse your palate with the Miller Lite, then hop into the Captain's Dog. In more ways than one.
You make some bacon nachos.
Good.
That just sounds good. Don't say that. That sounds really good.
I'm drinking.
Eric hasn't made nachos in a while for the show.
I'm drinking a huge fucking crawler, so 32-ounce can.
Nice.
Now, what is that?
I've never bought it.
Average Joe, what are you drinking there? Like,
Does it come up on the screen? Is it backwards?
There it is.
Yes, there it is.
Right. That's right.
It's
Sounds
Rock
good.
Brewing Company. They're out of Rochester, New York. So they're technically a part of Western New York, even though they're like an hour and 20 minutes away.
Oh, the
It's
Finger
their-
Lakes? Okay.
Yeah, well, it's above at least one of the Finger Lakes. They're Hazel Doodle Dandy. I enjoy the name, Hazel Doodle Dandy. Say that 17 times straight. Just a New England. It's just a New England style IPA, but it's a bit too bitter for the style for my liking.
Now it's like do it drink close to a nut brown ale? Out of my curiosity, or no?
No, it's an IPA.
Oh, definitely IPA. Okay.
It's a
orange.
It's a very hazy IPA. It's a turbid, murky IPA. It's fruity, it's juicy, but typically the style dictates a little like mild, subdued bitterness as opposed to regular IPA.
Oh, okay.
And it has a little bit too much like resin on the back end, so it's kind of about 75% within the style.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Not
Okay,
100%.
Chad. I mean, wait a minute. No.
I like that
If I would review this to style, I'd give it a fucking 43 out of 100.
Thank you, Right Bear.
But as far as personal overall taste, 96. No, I don't.
Okay.
I have from Rhode Island, from Westerly, Rhode Island, Gray Sail Brewing Company. This is the Captain's Daughter Double IPA.
And that's a nice turbid when you pour it. It'll be nice. Yeah, it's nice. You know, there's a turbidity there.
It is brewed with Mosaic and Citra hops. It is 8.5% alcohol by volume, and it definitely smells the part of a good, juicy New England IPA. It's got a little bit of the dank note, the spicy hop kind of a note to it, the green earthy notes, the garlic and the oniony kind of note. And it definitely drinks on a really, not like peppery, but, you know, it has that, maybe a little bit peppery, it has that spicy hop zing about it primarily. It does have some of this sweet orangey, grapefruit kind of a note to it, white bread in the background. It certainly does drink like it's a heavier beer, but does it drink like 8.5? Not really. You could crush these things. This was canned on, the 4-pack I had was canned on the 1st of August, so pretty ridiculously fresh beer.
Now my question would be is one of those tricky DIPAs to where it's very drinkable, but being a DIPA, it will sneak up on you after a while. Meaning it's like in that 60, 70 IPUs. So you start drinking a lot, and once you stand up, it's like game over.
Lance, the best way I would explain that beer is if you had 3 of them, you'd be sleeping right now.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, this one for me is it's done really well. I mean, I guess some people would want a double IPA like this one to have more of a alcohol note or presence about it, but for me, it's just got that sweet white bready malt kind of tropical juice note about it. Is it a juice? Is it a juice bomb? Debatable. It's along those lines. It's just like a really good New England IPA, but it certainly would say it's on the straight up medium side of the body. Crisp, clean, pretty refreshing. A little bit of the hop oils and resins kind of linger on in the palate to dry out the mouth, but it's not drinking like 8.5, and the carbonation's got a nice zing to it where it asks you to drink more.
Fair enough.
So I'm looking
but much spicier than I've had in the New England style. So for the hops, so not my favorite in that regard, but I'd give it a straight up 90. It's pretty good.
Okay.
There you go.
So I'm looking at this news item, and I've been in sales and marketing for pretty much my whole career. You always got to know when to take your opportunities to do things. Apparently, I don't know if you saw this or not, Drunken, down where you're at.
What's that?
Apparently, during the Fox Live broadcast, one of the reporters was out there talking about Hurricane Harvey. And so a woman ran up to him and said, "Here, have some beer from Galveston." gave him a six-pack, and then ran off. And he's like, well, we'll enjoy this after the show. But you talk about, I think it's like a local beer, so they got a free promotion on Fox News during the hurricane. I was like, you got to take your
Wow.
Nice. Rod, how can you find beer news in a hurricane?
Actually, no, any good
I'm
broadcast.
gonna market this. There's a guy doing the weather. I'll give him a six-pack of our local beer.
Hey, as long as I learned
Nice.
as far as broadcasting, if that happens, as long as you drink alcohol, you take that opportunity, you run with it. You know.
Oh yeah, he said he'll enjoy it after the show.
No, you drink it right there live in front of everybody. Just say fuck it. You know.
I'm sure he'll be ready for it after that broadcast. They always put that one fool out there on the wall, you know. His clothes are flapping in the wind. He's got his legs wide open to where he can not get blown away. And you wonder, is this guy getting paid really good, or is this the way they break him in, like some kind of initiation, or the guy could give the same damn report just from his car, you know, and a camera.
Richard Engel. Yeah. Gabe
They would put
Gutierrez.
that guy out there on the seawall.
That's pretty funny that she ran out there and gave him beer.
Well, at least you ran out, give him a shot at something, you know.
No, if you had a local brewery, you get your name out there in front of everybody watching Fox News. It was a great move on her part.
Actually, it's a little affiliate that got the live national feed. You got a point.
National Fox News.
Yeah, it was a national live feed. You got a point, you know.
Yeah. Right in the middle while he was broadcasting, she did it.
I get that. So let's see here. So the usual suspects are here tonight, you know. So what is going on? Matthew's beer reviews. Thomas, I don't see you very often, but it's outside of the usual suspects are here.
What's going on with me is tomorrow night, I think I mentioned this, tomorrow night my band Heavy Metal Time Machine, 80s hard rock heavy metal tribute, we're playing a show and we're on at, I think, 12:15 a.m., so I have to drink as little to no beer as possible before that time.
Now, where's this at? You don't mind me asking?
Yeah, we're playing at a club in the town of New Bedford, Massachusetts, known for its whaling history, at a bar called The Bar. Literally called The Bar.
Now, is this a Cape Cod bar or just on the coast?
It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a local kind of a towny bar. I wouldn't really call it a dive, but they have a stage inside of the club where they usually have cover bands or tribute bands pretty much every weekend. So one of those kind of BMC, Bud Miller Coors kind of get together after work and normal beer.
So it's basically a BFW being a BFW then, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. I got to decide if I want to drink Budweiser or something a little stronger than that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Probably not a whole bunch, knowing my history, right? Yeah, good idea.
That tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow. That's the only thing that's going on this weekend, yeah. Yep. It's a cancer benefit for a buddy of ours that passed away a couple years ago, and he was a big supporter of the local music scene. So, you know, do that, support everybody else. And that's the cool thing about even craft beer is that it's nice to support the locals in your community that are doing it right.
Right.
I agree. Totally agree.
Homegrown, come on. That's the best.
I gotta get up. So,
like actually stand up?
No, I'm not drunk or anything. It's like I don't want to get up. I'm so comfortable. I got a beer in the fridge like 7 feet from me, you know. I just don't want to get up.
Go get that damn beer. You can get up for that.
Oh, it's just so garbage, you know. And Noah's not a Labatt's, all right?
Oh, boy. Oh, well, it's better than no beer.
You got a point.
Opening up the road from us.
Oh,
Labatt's not bad. It's all right. It's normal everyday beer.
Yeah. Well, if I get a Drunkin One, it's like listening to news reports.
Oh.
Is that correct?
Yeah, he's in the hurricane area.
Well, they shut down. Galveston is an island, and there's a bridge that goes to it, of course. Well, they shut down the bridge, so if you didn't make it out of Galveston, you're there. You're stuck there. They closed the bridge. That's the point of no return now.
So everything there, like the homes, refineries, everything is basically off limits now. It sounds like.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's no going back to there, and there's no getting out of there. You're on an island, literally.
Wow.
So
Okay.
You've been warned.
You didn't leave. That's on you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was Boondock saying that his father-in-law or whatever decided to stay in Corpus Christi, and that's exactly where it was headed. It's kind of shifted a little bit, but they're getting pounded down there already. The lights are already out. The streets are flooded.
Yeah.
And the thing is, hadn't even hit land yet. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to go get a beer now. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, cheers to Texas. Stay safe, everybody out there.
Yeah, we'll make it. I'm quite a bit north of it, so there's gonna be a lot of rain, but it's still something you want to watch. Expect your gas prices to go up if you live in the U.S. Or I don't even know if that deals with overseas too, but for sure in the U.S.
Damn.
Because they've got skeleton crews running the refineries now, and if they ain't producing, they ain't making money.
Harry started going here. I went to
sure.
the car today, and it was like higher than it was already.
Exactly, and then you deal with people doing price gouging and stuff. Some of these stations, and they'll get reported to the authorities by doing that. Yeah, they buy up all the fuel out of these stations, and it takes the stations another day or maybe 2 days to get fuel, if they can get fuel at all. Yeah, buddy. Good times.
Sounds fun. Yeah, sounds hilarious. Fun.
Right.
What's the perfect beer during a storm?
Oh. And you talking about what? The question would be what type of storm?
The storm in the summer that is like in Texas coming up.
How far are you from Galveston, Drunkin?
About 70 miles, I guess, something along those lines. I'm just north of Houston.
Okay.
Do you go down to the Brewmasters Craft Beer Festival they have each year? They got it like September 1st. It's eighth. This is the 8th annual one. The island and pretty much drink beer.
Yeah,
Rod knows two things in life. Number one is great beer deals, and number two is beer festivals.
We all got goals.
Goals? All right.
Yeah.
I would not be anywhere without beer.
From my own heart. Hell yeah.
Hope your employer is listening. Hello.
Oh, my employer, they sponsor a lot of times. So.
Well, sweet. I like it.
Nice.
Lance, are you throwing back a Great Lakes Oktoberfest?
That is correct.
So soon.
Oh. Hey.
Not soon enough, Lance.
But you asked him what he paid for it, Joe.
Yeah, what'd you pay for it, Lance?
I found it in the discount cooler for $4 for a 6-pack.
I'm gonna have this chat real quick.
All right, goodbye.
I don't know if this year's the last year, but it's $4.
Is there something in the water in Ohio when it comes to beer deals? I don't understand.
No, here
at least it's not Flint, Michigan water.
No. Here, okay, I can't speak for Rod because he's on the other side of the state. But up here, we never see this price for that.
Yeah,
we never see this price for that.
I'll never see Great Lakes Oktoberfest for $3.99 for a 6-pack ever.
I mean, we get Joe Wave. I got that time $4.99 for a 4-pack.
So it's got to be last year's. It's like I haven't looked yet, but it's got to be last year's.
No, they have a bottling date on it though.
I don't see one.
Should be on the side of the label, maybe to like the left on the left side of the label, maybe.
I don't see one.
There should be one.
Let's look at the left side of the label.
I am.
Right under the label.
No, turn it around. Turn it around. Do a 180. Do a 180. And underneath all that writing, there's usually
should be down the bottom part. Yeah.
Usually Usually a white part on the other side. Yeah, under the white print on the other side.
Hold on.
No. You're getting closer. Very low. Right there it should be. Right where you're. Right on that label, like underneath the writing.
Okay, it says here, for freshest taste, please enjoy by November the 19th, 2017.
Well, then it's fresh.
And for
All right, wow.
And you got it for fucking $3.99. Why? I'm happy for you though. Very happy for you. That's great. That's a great deal.
Coconut.
You know what? I'm not a Great Lakes guy. I've never really been.
With $3.99 a 6-pack, you will be.
And I get it every day. Oh hell yeah! You know, like, but that's not gonna happen. Oh, it's the Florida guy.
Incorrect.
No, Carolina.
Well, I told Joe I bought beer earlier. I didn't even want to buy beer today.
Oh, this is William. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
And Jay.
Oh,
and
yeah. You're going also.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Eric, you hosting this?
Lance is.
Oh, Lance, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you send me a direct invite? Because I know that my audio is going to fail on Google Chrome in about 10 minutes. It'll fail.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
You know, like, Lance is hosting it, so you have to press the little, little invite icon and send me a direct invite, and then I'll be fine.
I did earlier, like way earlier.
Oh, let me check here. Let me
well, I sent it to you anyway.
I sent it way earlier.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But you have it again now.
All
right, you gonna switch over?
And he'll be back.
Yeah.
So we have William with like a rare appearance.
Yeah, he never joins anybody else's. Well, he does, but he kind of chooses who he wants to join.
It was like at this time of night, I'm actually kind of shocked. Like I want to.
He was drinking 12 hours ago, probably.
Like in the day.
He's more of a morning drinker.
Yeah. No, I'm not a morning drinker. I'm not a morning drinker.
No, Jay is. Jay reviews at like 5 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hang with him as far as that. Screw that.
I just did an early times review.
Oh, early times. Nice.
So,
cheap but effective.
It is the Jenny Cream Ale of the whiskey category.
That's what it is. Okay. All right. I like how you said that. All right.
Yeah. It took me 45 minutes to come up with it, but I finally found an analogy for early times. So,
what's that?
The heck is this?
He said early times was to cheap liquor as Genesee Cream Ale was to cheap beer.
Oh, okay. I actually like early times in a pinch, all right? I don't want Jack Daniels. I'll switch to early times and want something different, you know? This is wrong with that.
Oh, no, it was working beautifully tonight. It was a jewel.
Yeah, it works every time, right?
What the hell?
And thank you, Billy D. Williams, all right?
No, it's Randall Calrissian to us all. Come on.
By the way, you might have noticed I put that new web page for malt liquor on the alcohol eggs. They got a whole new program. They got a whole new web page. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I saw the link when you posted that. Now I haven't looked at it yet. Now what's exactly going on with that?
Well, they've got the same, like William called it the quad, we call it quadrophenia. He didn't call it quadrophenia, but then they've got this new thing called Schlitz Brass Bull. Brass Bull.
What? Okay, excuse my language. Like black brass balls. Same thing.
Yeah, they call it Brass Bull.
Brass monkey.
Okay, so that was close.
Oh,
it's funky monkey.
It's one of those flavored things like Bud Margarita.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
It's a malt liquor with orange juice. Wait a minute, what?
Oh, yeah, that kind of stuff.
So basically, shandy then.
What is it? The Beastie Boys sang that song "Brass Monkey," that funky monkey.
Yeah,
Brass Monkey. That funky monkey. I'm sorry.
There's probably no real fruit in it. It's probably just, fruit flavored bullcrap stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cheap and effective, like early times.
No, early times has its place. Stop now.
I'm not dissing it. Come on.
Have you ever had this?
What is it?
Malt liquor.
Country Club.
Yes, I have. But like, you know what? Here in Ohio, we don't, like here in Akron, we rarely see it, but I've had it in the past.
Yeah.
I had it about 1.5 years ago, but it's one of those ones where it's just so hard to get here, at least here in town.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's a sleeper beer, but
no. Country Club is the granddaddy of them all as far as malt liquors. It's the granddaddy.
You're in the right beer review, Rajay and Joe. If you want to talk about malt liquor.
No, I'm not a malt liquor guy.
Exactly.
That's at the Country Club set the precedent for everybody else. I mean, a lot of people say what they want about that, but that's what it did. Because it was the first.
Yeah, it kind of. Yeah, it was one of those. I think we talked about that the other day. It was one of those beers that had the marketing in the 50s, almost like a craft beer, where it was the step up in flavor and quality, and it was kind of crafted better than everybody else was doing it back in the day. So if you wanted a really well-made beer, you went for Country Club back in the 50s, I guess.
It was a step up for the upper middle class. Almost like a champagne of beers. They had advertisements where the ladies would serve it on a tray, and they were wearing pearls, and the guys were sitting in booths in a like a country club setting, literally country club. So that was the image.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and talking about Schlitz malt liquor, it does use 6 different hop varieties. 6 different hop varieties, and
very subtly.
That's stated on the website. And if you look at the Tax and Trade Bureau, you'd be making a very bad mistake if you stated that you used 6 hop varieties and it was come to find out you did not. You don't want to.
I believe it.
No, because they're very strict about that. The U.S. government is very strict about disclosure.
But Country Club fell behind because they didn't want to emphasize the alcohol content like Country Club, like Colt 45 and Schlitz, who use these aggressive imagery like the bucking horse and the bull. You know, it was the power of the beer.
Right.
They took off in the sales category where Colt 45, Country Club got left behind as a niche product.
Because they wanted to keep it dignified.
Yeah, they prefer dignity over sales. I
feel like they've kind of done that throughout their history, although just having the word malt liquor or the terminology malt liquor is enough of a marketing where people either get weirded out by it or they don't feel right about it, or something about calling your beer malt liquor just implies like you're a cheaper, lower class citizen that's just drinking 40 ounces to get drunk really fast.
You know what? No. Let's play devil's advocate of that. You can actually do really good marketing with that. If Country Club actually stated, you know what, on our bottles of cans themselves, we said we are the first, and in some way we did it right, they can do very well. I just think they choose not to. That's just me. I
guess you won the argument. All right, sweet.
Well,
I was trying to win an argument. I was just making a statement. In my opinion,
Country Club took the high road with their advertising. They never really got to where they were touting the power of the beer.
Yeah.
You never hear a Country Club say it works every time.
Yeah, you know what? I've been to the brewery. I've been to the Anheuser-Busch brewery here in the Northeast, New England, in Merrimack, New Hampshire, and I distinctively remember towards the end of the brewery tour where they had a little bit about the history. Yeah, go figure. The history was at the end of the beer tour, but towards the end of the beer brewery tour, they were talking about some of their beer brands and some of the different things they sell, and they didn't even mention anything about any malt liquor brands or any higher gravity lagers that they make at the brewery.
I know.
I don't know if that maybe
because they don't talk about it, but Miller does. I'm going to clear this up real fast.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm drinking Ice House, by the way. I bought a 12-pack for $7.99. This is the real.
Wow.
This is not the junk. This is the real stuff.
Okay.
Not the garbage we've been saddled with.
Not the cans I drink all the time. Okay, gotcha.
This is the 5.5. This is the good ice house, not the bad ice house. Oh, and I just want to say hello to everybody I was show. Drunkin One, Lance, Eric, Rajay, and William. I just talked to him like literally minutes ago. But here's the thing. Malt liquor is a legal was an attempt to establish a legal fiction. Okay.
Yeah.
I was waiting. The glass was wrong. If you were in the United States, you could not sell beer above 5% alcohol. If you went to the British Commonwealth countries, Canada, Bahamas, Great Britain, Australia, New Zealand, you could sell a product called super strong beer. In Canada, they call it super strong. Right across the border, if you went to Windsor, Canada, it was called Schlitz super strong. But in America, that was not allowed because of prohibition, so you had to call it, well, you couldn't call it beer. You still cannot call it beer in Texas, so they called it, they said, well, what can we call it? Malt liquor. Well, everybody with a brain knows that's the same thing. It's a euphemism for beer. But if you go to Texas, you won't see any beer above 5% called beer. They call it ale. And even on the same label, it'll say ale. And on the other side of the label, it'll say lager. And it'll say ale in Texas. So that's
ale in
all
Texas,
it is.
yep.
It's simply a super strong beer. I've got Spaten Optimator in the refrigerator. I've got Guinness, Foreign Extra Stout, and both of them say on the label malt liquor. And the only reason they make that statement is to get around any legal, any problems with legal difficulty. It can be an ale or a lager, it doesn't matter.
I just don't understand how Texas thinks that they're going to, you know, make any really major impact by not calling it beer. I don't know where their thought process is and why they do it. And even though you kind of said why they do it, I still don't understand entirely why they think it's effective to do it that way.
I don't know. It's like if you come to Louisiana, let me say this. In Louisiana, gambling is illegal. Absolutely illegal. Gambling is illegal. But gaming is allowed.
Yeah, that's weird.
We have gaming, but we don't have gambling. Get it? You get it?
No. Nope. That's the government for you, creating these weird and vague laws that could be interpreted a number of ways. And they do that on purpose.
Right. That's so they can get around their own conundrum. You see, it's a way to circumvent your own conundrum.
And by the early 1990s, malt liquor had such a negative connotation that they say, what product can we deliver that gives the people their high gravity beers and not be called a malt liquor? Voila, we have the revolution of the ice beer.
Right.
Some revolution.
I mean, which is a beer, it's basically addition by subtraction. You're eliminating the ice crystals through the process and you have a higher concentrated beer. Or the malt liquor, it's addition by addition. You're adding more fermentables, sugars, to bulk up the alcohol content. But it's the same objective behind it. But ice beer at that time sounded better than saying malt liquor. So it was another way to market their products to the same clientele, but not have that negative connotation of being called a malt liquor. So I think that's why the split became, it was pretty much a marketing ploy.
Huh.
Two different means to the same end.
Right. Distinction without a difference. But although they aren't taste-wise, I think there are some people don't like ice beer, some people don't like malt liquor, some people don't like both, but they are different by the fact that one is, like I said, is addition by subtraction. The other one, you're adding more fermentable grains to bulk up the sugar, and then the yeast eats it up, and you wind up with more alcohol. But
yep,
you're right.
I prefer myself. I think I prefer malt liquors over the ice beers, just generally speaking.
Ooh, and I think I'm the opposite.
Anybody want a craft beer? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you know what? This Sunday we're gonna do a revisit of DKML. Talking about malt liquor, we're gonna do DKML Sunday.
Ooh. Interesting.
And we love that. I mean, we adored the gENERAL. I mean, we just adored it. You know what I'm talking about? Founders. 14.2.
I've heard horror stories about that.
Oh no. We almost gave it a world-class score. That's how much we adored it.
Really? Are you serious about that?
Watch the video. It's posted.
I've heard people talk really trash about it, although, again, that could just be people going malt liquor. Oh, no.
Right, if they'd have called it DKHL or DKHDL.
High gravity lager.
Yeah. Oh no, it's fabulous. I mean, it is fabulous.
Huh. All right. Maybe it's in New England. I bet you it's in New England if we get Founders beers.
But it's $3.99 a bottle.
Okay. Whoa. All right.
That's $16 a 6-pack. So, 4-pack.
Oh.
$16 a 4-pack.
That's like a New England IPA in price. Oh.
But it's a beauty. It's a beauty.
Huh. All right. How's it going, Lance? What's going on? How you doing? Hanging in there?
Chilling, drinking a bud.
How's your beer? Anything good?
You got no audio.
Hello?
He's got no audio.
Lance the Lush.
No, I'm sorry. Am I there now?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was gonna say it's like I'm doing pretty good. It's like really Great Lakes right now. It's one of those ones to where I actually was gonna expand on William's comment. I just kept getting cut off.
Oh, okay.
With good points. And it was like I want to say it's like far as marketing, as far as malt liquors. I remember in the mid-90s, and maybe this is because I lived in the city for so long, they started really pushing double deuces. Not pushing malt liquor, not just necessarily pushing the actual beer itself. They actually started pushing a number.
22
and that became a big draw. That makes sense?
The 22 ounce.
Yes, the double deuce, yes.
Yeah, that was the same thing here. It's still a little bit of a thing here. Not too much.
I mean, it's like to this day, like people that are like a little bit older than me, they specifically ask for double deuces for that reason because of marketing, and they hate the beer. Like me, like I haven't bought a double deuce in like 2.5 years.
It's a terrible value.
Well, it is, but I did it for review purposes. So I did a review on it, but it's like I won't buy one. I have no use to buy one, you know.
Yeah, you're getting less than 2 beers, and you're paying a lot of money, you know. Oh, talking about Great Lakes, that flopped down here. I mean, I can name so many beers that flopped in Louisiana. Great Lakes came in here 2 years ago with so much fanfare, and I swear in 6 months you couldn't find the damn stuff. Excuse my language.
Why do you think that?
Oh, too many different brands chasing too few people.
Okay,
You
now
really think so?
I will say this because I'm in the area, the home of Great Lakes, and I'm from Louisiana. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this immediately.
Now, what town are you from in Louisiana?
I'm from New Orleans.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a project kid down there. All right.
Which project?
4-4.
The project.
Yeah, the project. But I flip back and forth from here in Ohio a lot, you know.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say this: Great Lakes get in that market waited way too long. They really did.
Yeah, but you see, the problem was at the same time Great Lakes showed up. What else showed up? Stevens Point. No, that was 2 years before. That failed. We had Great Lakes. We had Ballast Point. We had all this stuff showing up at once at the same time. And people, you know how people are. They bought one bottle, they tried it, and went to something else. And now here's the grocery store stuck with all these cases of beer that's going stale. It's like that Sierra Nevada beer camp around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Going stale.
Mathern's has they must have 12 cases of that stuff, and that is not going to sell. And they'd be lucky to give it away. Of course, I'll take it if they give it away.
No, I'll take a beer to give it away. I'll be the first one. I'll be right behind you with you. But it's like in the situation with Great Lakes is like when you have that name in your advertising, you gotta think of geography.
Yeah.
Because like if I'm looking down there right now, if it says Great Lakes, I'm not buying that damn thing. I'll be the first one to admit that. Okay, it says Great Lakes. That means nothing to me.
Yeah, but I bought it. One sample of each.
No, I mean, I'll be with you. Like, I'll try one, but like, as far as the names, like, that's not going to appeal to me because the name is regional, it's super regional.
Yeah.
I mean, like, an average Joe who's not is muted right now, he'll probably say the exact same thing, you know. So it really depends on what you buy.
But why would that matter? Why would that matter if it's regional? I mean,
because of the name, because of the marketing name. Like, perfect example. If I still live in Phoenix, right?
Yeah.
If I didn't even live in Ohio, if you told me Great Lakes, like, what the fuck is that? You know?
Wait a minute. How many people around the country and how many people maybe around the globe that can get it know of and have had and tried Boston Lager? That's a regional thing that kind of it was regional at one point.
This Boston Lager,
right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was just gonna say, it was regional until it blew up. But I mean, at one point in time, it was just regional as a part of New England and Boston. And I don't know that people really want. Oh, Boston. Yeah, I hate you. Yeah, I'm not drinking your beer. I'm a Yankees fan. Like what?
Boston. Your mom.
No, Sam Adams is a bad example because, like especially like in Phoenix, there's a lot of Northeastern transplants. They're gonna bring it with them. You know, you're gonna find out about it sooner or later.
Yeah, true.
I think around here, people are just like everywhere else. They're fickle. They just buy one thing and move on to the next, and then the store is stuck with a bunch of stuff on the shelf that's not moving, which is not my problem, but it's their problem, right?
Yep. Yeah.
They just had an article in the Wall Street Journal yesterday about how craft beer sales are starting to collapse because they've got all this stock.
You know about the 4.6% decline? That article.
Yeah, like what are you going to do with all this back stock and nobody's buying it? It's not like beer is going to stay on the shelf and maintain its freshness. It's going to, you know, that you got to sell it. You got to sell it. You got to sell it. So what good are you doing when you're stuck with all this?
No, I totally agree with what you're saying there. It's like there's so much selection out there. It becomes tough, not just for shelf space, but for people like me or you or any of you guys. It's like, what do we go out and buy? You know? I mean, all of us here will say the exact same thing, you know?
Wait a minute. Say that again. I'm not quite following you.
Okay, like, and no, Thomas dropped off for some strange reason, but it's what I'm saying is like there's so much selection out there right now. If we didn't know a craft beer from our hole in the ass, I hate to use that language, the best way to describe it. What are we gonna choose? There's so much selection out there. It's like there's people out there, and I hate to say this, they'll just throw their hands up and just give up. So you know what? I'm going back to the Budweiser or the Millers or something like that.
Yeah, or you could just jump around and pick whatever you feel like buying, right?
Well, absolutely. But it's one of those ones like somebody like us, we're gonna actually if we walk to a shelf and let's say we see 30 brews we've never seen before, we're actually gonna stand there, ask somebody, number one, if they know, or number two, we're gonna do some self-research where we decide what we're gonna buy. Or the exact opposite, like I said, that was give it, not buy it at all. I mean, the liquor store downstairs from my house, or my apartment, excuse me, I see it every time I go in there. People want to get into craft, and they get so confused, they just throw their hands up and just walk out.
Oh,
They just don't know.
I see you're saying to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think some people would consider the selection an asset? The fact that you have a unique amount you can choose from. I mean, you can look at it both ways. Because the craft beers, the regular craft beer drinkers are, I've even heard this term used, they're promiscuous, that they're not loyal to any particular brand or any particular beer. They're always looking for the next thing.
No, the nomads. I know something you're saying, the nomads, this is in my opinion, they probably figure about 15% of the market. But if you're like your average Joe or Jane walking into a store, when they get overwhelmed, this culture's attention span won't tolerate walking in and doing the research, asking questions, asking a patron that might buy it, things like that. 90% of the people don't want to do that.
But 90% of the people probably already know what they want before they even enter the store. So we're talking about a small subsection. The Bud Light drinkers, which Bud Light, one of every 5 beers sold in this country is a Bud Light. Staggering statistic. They know what they're going to buy before they enter the store. To them, it's no different than buying a loaf of bread or a pack of cheese. It's just another item they purchase on a grocery trip or whatever. So we're talking about a small section that even make a choice once they enter the store.
I see what you're saying.
Because look, the 3 biggest selling beers in this country are light beers. They're not going to choose that between something else. They know what they want. The Miller Lite, the Coors Light, and the Bud Light. Those 3, that's the 3-headed monster of the beer industry. Everybody else is playing for second place when you get beyond those. So we're talking about a small subset of people who actually even desire to make a decision. I mean, we just break down the raw numbers. The ones at the top are such huge sellers compared to what everybody else is selling that, it's incredible. What if every 5th car you saw on the road was a Ford Focus? They had 20% market share of all vehicles made. It'd be staggering, if to put it in that analogy. So, when you break down the top selling beers, it is a top heavy category. A few dominate the top, and everybody else below it is fighting for a slice of the pie. And that slice is getting smaller and smaller because more brands are being introduced every day. More craft breweries are opening up. I mean, does it reach a point of saturation, which maybe has already occurred now, where it just exceeds what the demand is? Supply is exceeding demand.
That's what I was going to get to that point. Is like, if it's the same article I'm thinking of, there are so many breweries out there that, if it's the same article I'm thinking of, there's over 6,000 breweries right now doing craft beer. I mean, like, this country can sustain it? Yes, assuming there's the volume to back it up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and I said this when I did the interview with the Academic Journal. I even said this, like, I don't necessarily see a crash, but I see a major contraction.
You mean like a correction?
Yeah, correction. But I call it a major contraction, mainly on the West Coast. There's way too many. Mainly Colorado and California. There's 1/3 right there. And that's a huge number. I hate to say that because, like, all of us, we want to drink something new.
Yeah.
But the flip side is, a good friend of mine's dad, who lives in Paris, told me this. Pierre Gasset. He told me this. You can't spell quality with a K. That's what he told me. And there's so much bad quality out there, it's going to cause that. I don't like saying that because I've been on the craft scene since I was 17. But I saw it coming like 7, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. Am I wrong in saying that?
No,
please tell me.
No, because look at the price. You got to factor in the price, right?
Oh yeah, it's like I'm looking at some craft beers, like the spread's between like $4.99 to $25. That's a huge spread. Depending on what you want.
Yeah, so when you're laying down a lot of dough, you want some good return, right?
Oh yeah, it's like I was saying this. When I was in the interview, I was on the Beacon. It's like, and I told him Rick Armin this. This was the reporter's like, I had a hard time paying $16 for clown shoes. I had a really hard time. Not because I know it was good or bad, because it was the price point. Because I don't want to get in that situation like I spent all this money for a brew they either want to A, review or B, enjoy, and it's total garbage, you know? And there's very few brews that'll pay for that. And everybody here will say the exact same thing. We're not going to drop the money unless we know.
You might drop it once, but you're not going to drop it again if you get it burned.
Oh, no, you're absolutely right as far as that. Like, for example, with me. I remember when Crown Apple first came out, right? I did a review on it. And at the time I did a review, that was a ration bottle. I paid $65 for that bottle. I straight lied on that review about how much I spent on it.
What is Crown Apple?
It's Crown Royal, but it's apple.
Oh yeah, I never tried that.
You know, I got it when it first came out, but it was so rationed, I paid big money for it, right? I thought it was okay. But ask me again, would I buy it? No. I might buy it as a company. I might make mixers, but that's it. You know, so that's one off the wall example. But you understand what I'm saying? You know, like I'm sorry, but like as the host, I'm looking who's still around. Average Joe has got his sound muted. I think he's out. I think he's just listening to the conversation. Rod J, he's around, but I think he's just listening too. Let's see, Massachusetts beer reviews bounced. Who else bounced on me? I think that was it.
I think it's a good point that you're making. I'm not. I think you're right. You bought the Crown Apple and you felt like you got ripped off, so you didn't buy it again.
Well, I didn't get ripped off. I didn't think it was good as the hype.
Well, you know what I mean. Like
I know what you meant. Yeah.
You weren't pleased with the payoff. The payoff didn't match the payout.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, beer's the exact same way. It's like that's why I try. That's why I've always said, and I've said these on these chats or on somebody else's chats, that I stay away from the very overhyped brew releases because either it's really good or it's not. There's no in between. There's none.
I mean, you know, I buy them and try them and.
What? Okay. He totally went away. I think he's going to say like I'll try him, but I don't want to go out and buy him like consistently. Yeah. That's what I think he was going with that. Okay, he's back.
We'll find out.
This is it.
Jay, are you there?
Hey, no, I was saying it's not our problem if the store is stuck with a bunch of back stock.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's like they get stuck. They might either A, sit on or B, straight blow it out.
They blow it out and they don't reorder it. But it's not, what I'm saying is like, it's not our problem. We're consumers. We're not distributors. We're not retailers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why should we worry about it? It's not our problem.
The pendulum swings.
Yeah,
it doesn't bother them if they have a hot item that they sell out and we can't get it.
Oh.
So sometimes it favors the customer, sometimes it favors the retailer. That's just the way business is. Sometimes.
Well, that's natural supply and demand.
Yeah. But I've seen this Not Your Father's root beer in stores stacked up as high as you could, trying to get rid of it. It's like a year and a half old. They can't give it away.
Yeah. And 2 years ago it was so hot, but I knew that was going to flop. That stuff tasted terrible.
So in a couple years, it'll be Not Your Grandfather's root beer.
Dad or Coney Island or one of those deals,
They have a beard. They have a beard by then. Have a root beer.
No, I totally understand. Well, what's going on in the chat? I haven't looked in a while. Lee Russell is on here tonight. Let's see here. Is he going to work? Blah blah blah. Lee Russell. The point is, they want the whip year round. Jay, you're okay. I don't know if that's a troll or what, so I'm not gonna read it out loud. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lush fans. I'm just now looking at the chat.
Yeah, I've been looking at it.
It's like I usually look at the chat for the see what kind of trolls are around just to play along, but even the trolls are not out tonight. Now it says here, oh, Jay is having really big internet problems right now. No, PA Brew News is hold on, guys. Now, the man from Pennsylvania might be on. So let me scroll up here. Okay, Lee Russell honestly isn't trolling, okay. I totally apologize for that. Okay, I gave PA Beer News the link. Now I don't know if he'll get it or not. Okay, he's at work at the moment, so I apologize for that.
I've been noticing that Lee Russell and his group started the examinations lately.
Now, what's he doing over there?
What? You say he's getting ready to go to work?
No, not PA Beer News, but like that part, or him and Lee Russell are the same group.
Talking about PA Brew News and Lee Russell?
Mm-hmm.
He's affiliated with them, but they've been started. They started doing their Beer 101. You probably watched some of that.
I probably have.
No, it's only been on for 2 weeks. They did Coors, and then they did what was the one they did Wednesday? It was my memory is lapsed, but they did a good job. I liked it.
Oh, okay.
It did. You know how we've been doing those examinations since 2014.
Yeah.
They started doing the same type format, but they're trying to do it without the audio problems. How we run into those problems from time to time.
Okay.
They did Coors Banquet, which hadn't been available in Canada for too long, and they did problems. How we run into those problems from time to time.
Okay.
They did Coors. Somebody's playing the video while we're on. Available in Canada for too long, and they did okay. They did Coors. Somebody's playing the video while we're on. They did oh, yeah, right. Boston Lager. Right. They did Coors. Somebody's playing the video while we're on. They did oh, yeah, right. Boston Lager. Right. They did Coors. Somebody's playing the video while we're on.
I'm a lot of feedback on my side.
Oh, yeah, right. Boston Lager. Right.
I'm a lot of feedback on my side. Like somebody got a microphone. I don't know who it is. Like, William, is that you? Like, somebody got a microphone. I don't know who it is. Do we have feedback now? Yes, no? Is anybody out there? William, Drunken One, Joe, Jay?
I'm here. I hear you.
Oh, okay.
I'm still chasing that storm. I'm getting some updates.
Now, what is the update right now?
They make it seem like it's not going to be quite as strong as they thought, but they're not really sure. Like I said, this isn't very predictable like they usually are. They're hoping that it's going to go way into the land, you know, and when it does that, usually about 10 hours later, it's not quite as fierce. But then again, if it stays over the Gulf at all, then yeah, it's going to strengthen.
Okay, gotcha.
It's already a 4. They said if it was much further out, because like 2 days ago, it wasn't even a tropical depression, but so it was picking up speed and hauling ass, and now it's slowed down because it's close to the land, so it's slowing down. But we wanted to keep on trucking. We wanted to go faster, get way in amongst the land, and that way it'll kind of just break up a bit. Either way, we're gonna get several days of rain. There's no other option. No matter which way it goes, we're gonna get a lot of rain. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now,
yes, sir.
Now I go potty. So Drunken One. I don't know who else is around. We got Jay and Average Joe. I have to head out for a little bit, but I might. Oh, that popped up so fast I didn't even see it. I think Average Joe had to step out for a little bit, if I saw that right.
Stay safe, Drunken One. Have to head out for a little bit. Might catch up with you later. If Lance is still going and there's no other hangouts happening.
That was Average Joe? Was that with him?
Yep.
Average Joe, be safe. That's what I'm figuring out. I'm doing an update, like who's still around. So it's like we have Average Joe getting ready to step out. You Drunken One and
William left.
And Mr. Thoreau.
Right.
William left.
And Rod
left. Rajay left. I want you to just say goodbye, you know?
Okay.
So I can just acknowledge him. Let the people catches on replay knows.
Exactly.
Yes, now, I have to put PA Brew News said, had to poop most likely. I have no clue what that means. None.
Most likely. He had to run off and take a shit. That's why Ron run off and left his camera on.
I was like, I don't know. He said he was at work. I don't know if he's here momentarily or what. But it's now what I'm gonna do is like I gotta step away and go potty myself. So Drunken One, you have the floor.
I'm here. I can do that.
You have the floor.
Okay, I'm here. Everybody left his room.
Who are you talking to?
Lance the Lush.
No.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Hey, Lance.
I've got it on the Weather Channel.
I held down the fort.
I see there's some technical difficulties going on right now. Hello?
It's
Hello.
I was gonna say like there's like some technical difficulties going on right now. That's all.
What browser are you using?
Me, I'm using Chrome right now.
Okay.
Versus Firefox. I usually use Firefox. I'm not using it tonight.
I had a lot of success with Firefox. Hey, Drunkin One.
Hey. Yeah, I use Chrome all the time, especially for uploads. For some reason, it just moves a lot quicker. And as for Firefox, every time I click into that, because I have that as a browser, but every time I try to use it to do these, it says something about antiquated something. It wants me to download some more crap.
Yeah, same here.
No. You gotta do a weird Silverlight extension download. It's really weird. If I got mine to work.
Yeah. Well, I mean, generally I just do everything on Explorer, but then like uploads especially, and I start doing them in Explorer. It's like shit. So I'll stop it and then I'll do it in the Chrome, and it works a lot better.
Yeah, I agree that the uploads work really fast in Chrome, but I've had audio problems in Chrome.
No, I have pretty good luck here.
I just I'll be talking and it'll start sounding like a banjo, you know, and I can't figure it out. But if I do Internet Explorer, the audio will be perfect. But I just get like we talked about that in the past. I get kicked out.
Yeah.
I can jump right back in, no problem. But so it's a strange thing, and I think it goes back to April 2017 when they reformatted everything.
Right.
Well, we did the early times tonight, and that was that's an intriguing product. And that's why I invited you, because I know you play around with liquor, but I know most of you focus on beer, and I understand that. But
yeah, I've been kind of wrapped up in this whole Hurricane Harvey thing.
Oh,
that's in my neighborhood. not real close, knock on wood, but yeah, that's so I've been trying to keep an eyeball on that.
And I noticed you said you're making a big push for craft beer emphasis. Not craft beer, home brewing emphasis upcoming.
Oh yeah, exactly. Everybody needs to home brew.
I saw that. I said, well.
I say that, but what am I drinking tonight?
No. Hold on. Us home brewers need to take a break, all right? I understand that.
Well, I've got some stuff that's not quite ready yet, and I figured, hey, I'm stuck inside because it's not raining yet, but we're gonna be stuck inside for a while. So I got me a 30-pack of some cheap old beer, you know, what, $20 or whatever for 30 beer. I'll save the good ones for another time.
There you go. And the clueless drinker's in the chat right now. He says, "Tear down Firefox." Hey, clueless drinker, jump on in. The link is up at the top of the chat. Just scroll up.
Lee Russell said, he doesn't take advice from Jay because I run my Hangouts from a toaster oven. Sometimes I feel like it. Sometimes I feel like that.
Right.
But Lee Russell, I used to do a lot of Hangouts with Lee Russell. That was a really good time, generally. So. There was a song from 1974 from Jefferson Starship. It was called "Come to Life," and the lyrics were "Everything comes to life again." So probably that'll happen. But we lost Rajay and our Western New York connection, but they'll probably jump right back in.
Hmm.
Hey, Lance, you're thinking about making the big LV move, eh?
Oh, the whole Las Vegas deal?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal with that. Number one, the doctors has got to get me off no drive before I make a move, before I do anything. Because the doctors got me on that right now. And it has nothing to do with me drinking.
Well, you can take Greyhound and leave the driving to them.
Yes, sir.
No, I understand that, but I have way too much stuff to move.
Keep talking. I'm listening.
Now, I got standing offers for jobs right now from multiple places out there. I do. That is no joke. I can go back and sell, finance. I can go sell cars. Hell, I hate to say this in this form, but Open Bottle Society said they would hire me. I just got to figure out make the difference in pay. And I know that going in, but me asking the question. So I got jobs. Phoenix, me going back to Phoenix is out of the question. Because that's a part of my life that I loved, but I wanted to move on. Las Vegas. And I'm about the city, not the city of paradise, where the casinos is at. I want new adventures and new lands. That's what that makes sense.
Sure.
I mean, I don't want to go. I mean, I don't want to go back down south. I don't want to go back to the Southwest. I don't want to go to Seattle. I go Northeast, but it got to be very Pacific. That means my options is either Canada or overseas. So something like Vegas, Tahoe, someplace like that becomes my only options.
Right.
But we'll see. I mean, Akron is still one of those great hideout cities in the country. You can hide in plain sight, and nobody gives a smeg. As long as you work and pay the bills to keep yourself, they don't care.
Right. Hey, pop that link up again. I think Paul wants in.
All right, hold on.
Por favor. Por favor, senor.
I just popped it up. There you go.
Splam.
Good thing I didn't start copying and pasting from other pages.
Hey,
Great and Akron just don't go together. Thanks a lot, PA Brew News. Thanks a lot.
Hey, Lance, were you in? How old were you when you left New Orleans?
Okay. I was 5 weeks when I originally left, right?
Oh wow, yeah, that's kind of early.
But I flipped back and forth for years. Meaning I would come up here for the school year and go back down for the summer. So I'm probably about 8, 9 years old.
Were y'all in Calliope, Magnolia, CJP, St. Thomas?
4th Ward, excuse me.
What
Project Kid.
Yeah, but which project? I'm trying to figure.
Well, see, I'm too young to remember that.
Okay, 4th Ward. I'm thinking 4th Ward. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. That was, yeah, you were so young, yeah. You were born in what, 76? 70?
No, I was born in 80.
Oh, 1980. Okay, I'm sorry.
Gee, I wish I was born younger than that. I'd be a lot wiser.
Well, that's one way to look at it, I guess.
Well, you know, you'd be 4 years wiser, but hey, well, you know, there's a lot of opportunities. Honestly, you'd be shocked what you'd find out there.
You know, my whole thing is like, that's a new adventure, new lands. Like going back down south, I have a lot of relatives that will at least give me cover for a while. I just don't want it. I really don't.
All right.
I mean, I love my family. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
At least my extended family. My immediate family, I give 2 shits about. My extended, I love to death.
Yeah, well, we don't want to know. Now, I was talking to Jean-Pierre, but he didn't really talk back about it. But he had mentioned about getting a bachelor's degree, and he ought to go back to college. He didn't really get much into it. I have a lot of information. You'd be shocked. You're 37 years old. Boy, you could get a bachelor's degree, and you might be you might be very pleased with what kind of a position you could get with, like say a municipal or state government, because they've got really choice retirement programs. You're talking about 20 years. So.
You know, okay, this is a little bit off topic, but I'll talk about this.
It's not exactly beer, but you know what I mean. You could drink beer while you study.
Okay, now here's the thing. I went to school for graphic design, right? That was my major. I went to college in Phoenix. That's how I ended up at Phoenix the first time. I went there. I have 8 credit hours left to finish my associates.
Yeah.
I'm ultra close, but there's no money. Now, the flip side is my minor's international business. That's why I went to car sales, because I understood what it took. And I have a very unusual dynamic. Now, if I go back to school right now, I would do neither. I wouldn't. It would probably be political science because I'm so good at it.
Yeah.
Even though I really don't want it, but there's a lot of variables I want to do, like as far as the degree. But I have a lot of other business interests I have going on right now. And some of you probably already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You'd be shocked though. I mean, like, I'd like to talk to you offline one day. I mean, these scholarship opportunities, you'd be stunned, you know, what you could get. I mean, we're talking about, okay, look, to get a bachelor's degree in general studies, political science, one of those kind of things, you know, that's kind of routine. It's not too difficult, honestly, and it's pretty easy to do. And
not in this town, for far political science.
Oh, come on, University of Akron. Now,
no. University of Akron, their political science program is top 5 in the world. That is a fact. Okay. It is very hard to get into that.
Okay, well, maybe Southern University in New Orleans isn't as stringent, but
I go to Southern Miss if I'm going to do that, but that's just me.
I mean, you know, you get your degree. That's I keep saying this on my videos. You probably noticed. Get that degree, and it does. And I think people downplay bachelor's degrees these days, probably because they got a nephew or a niece who's got one, and they don't want competition. But I always promote it. I promote it. It worked out for me. I got a master's also. But
you have a master's in education, right?
No. I got a bachelor's degree in social studies education.
Oh, sorry.
From 1989. And I got a master's degree in history in 92. Now, the master's degree was fine because it helped me learn a lot about history because I had to read 100 pages a day for 2 years. Okay. Now, and it gave me $1,000 extra a year on my income, which was, you know, nice. But I was able to work for the state, and you know, I get a retirement check every month. I mean, there's something to be said for that, right? I mean,
yeah.
Now, there's no actual guarantees in life, but it's nice to have it. I'm just saying, if you ever check with me offline, you would be shocked, literally shocked by all these scholarship opportunities. You're an intelligent person, so that's all I'm saying. I mean, but I'm not somebody to I don't do a lot of pressure. I don't do the pressure thing, you know, like pressure people. Like Jean-Pierre, he talked about going back to college and getting that bachelor's degree. And I said, if you get with me, I got some things we can work on. He didn't get back to me. That's it. I'm going to drop it. I'm not going to hammer people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not what it means like in my situation, because I'm so close to associates in graphic design, the flip side is there's no money in it. So it's like, yeah, you know, even though I love doing art, that's my passion. But there's just no money in it. I rather do it aside for people, you know.
Yeah, steady income is a real benefit.
Yeah. Now, PA Brew News says this: international business helps you with car sales. Do international business just teach you how to BS people into buying shit for more money than it's worth? I want in. Hold it. Let me tell you something right now. International business teaches you about culture, because international business teaches you about how different cultures work as far as sales. Now, does it BS people into buying a car? Yes, I'm not going to lie about that. But commission sales, I don't give a damn what you're selling. It's all about this. It's all about talking to people. Nothing more, nothing less. And always remember that. I'm sorry, that's my rant for tonight.
That's all right. I'm listening to you and I'm reading all these comments, which are interesting.
What kind of cards did you sell?
Cards or cars?
Cars.
No. For a long time, I did domestics. Then I sold Mazdas for a long time.
Mazda. Oh, okay.
And that's a hard sell for a lot of people. A very hard sell.
Yeah. You know what? Did you have to sell the rotary engines?
No.
Why should I buy a rotary engine car?
No, the RX series. In the 7 years I sold them, I maybe sold 3.
Yeah.
They were just such hard sales. It was everything else. I call them Volkswagen. I call those people Volkswagen Light.
I think, in a way, when they got bought out by Ford Motor Company, it kind of hurt Mazda in a way. Because
no. They get bought by Ford. Ford bought 30%, and Mazda bought all their shares back in 2009.
Right after the collapse, yeah. But you remember what I'm talking about? Like, you remember back in the late '90s, you could get a Ford Ranger, or you could go right to Mazda and get a Mazda B2300 truck, and people caught on to that kind of fast, you know.
Yeah, the B series is never a big seller anyway. But I understand what you're saying. Like, Ford has about 9% ownership in Mazda right now, and that's mostly platforms. Why they had that interest in is platforms. The Mod 6, the Mustang, the Lincoln MKZ or X or S or whatever it is, like that type of stuff.
Yeah, Mazda is an interesting company. They've been around for what, 90 years?
Yeah, we dropped a bomb in their plant, you know.
Yeah, Mitsubishi is another one. They were always connected to Chrysler, right? Mitsubishi.
Yeah, but Chrysler divested their 35% in them years ago during the fallout, and that's why Chrysler's almost out of business.
Mazda's an enthusiast brand for people who like the sporting aspect of car driving, like a Mazda Miata.
No, the Miatas is a different animal from all their cars because it's a very specific market.
Yeah.
The rest of their cars, like 3, the 6, the CX-5, the CX-3, the CX-9, those are the enthusiast vehicles. I mean, you want a sporty type of vehicle when you buy one of those. I once bought Mazda 3.
I remember the Mazda B, like P.A. Brudenau says, the B series were nice. If you got the 4-cylinder, but that 6-cylinder had no power, and it also had no gas mileage.
It was the same as a Ranger, same thing.
Yeah,
the Ranger was the exact same problem.
I had a V6 Ranger. It was slow and inefficient.
Yeah.
But that Ford 2.3-liter 4-banger was efficient, and it had decent power. I mean, that was a great engine. They ran that from what, 1974 until
that'd be 2004, 2005. It ran for a long time.
I had a number of Mustangs with that 2.3-liter. It always got 32 miles per gallon on the interstate, and it always had enough power to pass people. I mean, obviously it wasn't a fast car, but I mean that was a venerable engine, you know. The 2.3-liter 4-cylinder inline. It was an inline 4, it wasn't a transverse.
Yeah, it was like right now. Like I'm looking for, I'm kind of looking for a car versus the doctors I'm seeing those 2.3 liter 4-cylinders from Ford. They got 180, 190,000 miles on them, and it's like they're talking like $1,000 still. They're that style of an engine, you know. That goes to the testament of the build quality. It really does.
PA Brew News was talking about he had an XLT 4x4 extended cab with the V6 4.0. I had a Ranger XL 2000 model single cab with a 4.0, and you could literally watch the gas meter drop while you were driving it.
Well, that's like the 4.4 XLT 4x4.
I'm serious.
XLT 4x4 extended cab. That maybe got 12 miles to the gallon. Maybe it was an automatic.
That's a heavy truck. Yeah, that was a lot of weight.
For a light truck, that was horrible.
I wanted to puke. When I bought that 1999 Ford Ranger XL single cab with the V6, what a mistake. I should have bought the 2.3 liter. I mean, it's not like I was hauling anything. And then 8 years later, I bought a Isuzu what was that one? It was in collaboration with a Ford Chevrolet Colorado, the
I-280. That one?
Yeah, the 4-cylinder. Had a 5-speed.
Yeah, I'm just talking about, yeah.
That truck got 23 miles to the gallon. It had good power. It had sport wheels, cruise control, AM, FM radio, air conditioning. All of that was standard. Brand new. You know, Isuzu was a Chevy S10, right?
Yeah.
But, I bought that truck brand new for $12,995. Now beat that.
It's hard.
With all those standard options: cruise control, air conditioning, tilt steering, sport wheels.
Right.
I mean, that was a beauty. And I sold that thing for only about $3,000 less than I bought it 5 years later. I only had 15,000 miles on it. It was a mistake to buy it. So it's kind of like you can look at trucks and cars sort of like you look at beer. You can make a lot of gadgets, but the proof's in the pudding. The gadgets don't always mean much.
You can't negotiate the price of beer, though. What if you went in Walmart and says, okay, you paid this much for this 12-pack. I'm willing to pay you this much for this. They say, let me go talk to the manager. Then they come back and say, they'll put you in the finance department.
Walmart
got to work you over a little bit.
Walmart has no sales manager.
Right.
Now, Drunkin One and Lance, I don't know if y'all know this, but William took on the Ford Motor Company and won.
Yeah, I heard about
You
that.
were saying about that about a month ago.
Yeah. Got him a free car out of it.
Felt good. It felt good.
A replacement.
You know, because they have a cadre of lawyers. I mean, this is Ford Motor Company. You know, and one little, you know, somebody, but the system works. If you keep your records and prepare for the case, you can win.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes David does beat the lies.
He based his case on facts, not opinions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it was, but a car buying is a completely different experience than buying anything else. I know the first car I bought, you know, but nowadays there's no excuse for a person not getting a good deal for a car with a wealth of information on the internet and stuff. It's just people that are lazy.
Yeah.
There should be no BS involved. I mean, the customer is in control.
Okay, let me say this because, like, I'm a car guy. All right, I'm gonna say this. Now, William, you're absolutely right when you say that. The problem is they feel they're so much in control. You go online, get a great price. They walk in, they still want to negotiate, and then we be belligerent about it. There's my problem.
Okay, yeah.
Because I tell clients all the time, you're getting a great deal. If you walk in here and be stupid, that's one thing I can tolerate it. But you walk in and be belligerent and be very belligerent, you be hauled out in cuffs.
I agree. I'm 100% in agreement with you because I don't like that Consumer Reports approach to buying cars where you're going to be belligerent and have an attitude problem. You don't have to have an attitude problem to get a great deal on a car. You could be the nicest guy in the world, be friendly to the salesman who's under tremendous pressure to sell because of commission.
Yeah.
You can get a great deal on a car, and the salesman can make his sale and get his commission. You do not have to go in there and be an ass.
Well, that's the thing. Is like,
I don't care what Consumer Report says.
That's the thing. Like, if you come and want to negotiate, like hammer me, but be professional and nice about it, I have absolutely no problem with that. You know, no problem with that. I never have.
There is no, like William said, there is no reason people cannot get on Toyota.com website and look at all the rebates, because you can get such a good deal on rebates. You can literally go in there and buy a new car or truck and get $4,000 or $5,000 off.
Yeah.
Off the top.
You can build the car online.
Yeah, you can.
And they can apply all the rebates, cash back offers, everything at that time, and know how much you're going to pay for the car. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't do anything with a belligerent attitude. They're just trying to make a buck too.
Well, that's what I tell people. Like, that's what I tell people all the time. Like, dealerships is a profitable business. We're not a charitable organization, and people get mad about that, but it's the truth. You know.
But back in the 1980s, before the internet came into play, what did people? You had these people that would read Consumer Reports magazine, right? And they would kind of like take a training course by reading the magazine. And the attitude was to march into the dealership, demand to see the invoice, and then start trouble. And then the salesman would say, "Oh Lord, it's one of those Consumer Reports people." And then it was like this whole ongoing. It would last 6 hours, and then they might march out and not buy the car. And now with the internet,
where's the fun in that?
Huh?
I said, where's the fun in that? Jeez. Sounds like you lost 6 hours and you didn't come out with anything.
Yeah, they'd fight for 6 hours to save $100. I mean, this
it's not worth it, you know.
No.
But now
they sent me out. They sent me out with the car. They said, "Oh yeah, we can finance you this and that." And they called back later saying, "Well, we couldn't find somebody to finance you." I was like, "Not my fault. You let me roll out with the car." I was about to make the first payment and I had no idea who to make it to.
No. Okay. Okay, let me tell you something about that.
That's a dealership problem there.
No.
Yeah,
that's
what
called, okay. That's called taking them off the market. And I hate that. That's why I'm not in the business full time anymore, because the dealerships are so scared. They think that, like, if we can't finance, somebody else will. So just put you in the car and put you out there. I'm totally against that. Now, I don't want to get in this conversation because it so pisses me off, because I'm a car guy, all right? I'm a second generation guy.
They'll just
so this totally really hurts me. That's why I do beer, all right? So I'm sorry.
Okay.
And it's so silence.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Turned to an awkward moment.
No, we're not. We're being silent because we're not contesting it.
No, it's like, this is one of those things where, like, I grew up in the business because my stepfather, he was in the business when I was a kid. So it was like, I saw everything that was wrong with the business. Now, being a second gen, I used to fight all the time when I was in it full time, to where I know what needs to be done, but they won't do it anyway, because we always did it this way. We always want to do it this way. That's why I don't do it full time anymore, even though, I thought about going back into it just for cash, just for my home brewing and my own my own business ventures, just for the cash.
Yeah.
Because I have big plans down the road, which I've talked about here in other chats. That's a different story. So I have that's just a very, very, very touchy subject for me, because I can go on a 5-hour rant and nobody wants to hear that.
I do. Beer and car purchasing interactions, more or less, is what this month.
But even before the internet, you could get, Edmunds had these books in the book stand. You get the invoices and all those. So I was buying those things long before there was any.
Yeah, but the problem is,
that's right.
If they would sell to you for that was the issue.
But William's right, because you could go to the library and you could get the dealer copy of the NSDAP.
Right.
The NS, what is it? The NS.
NADA.
I'm thinking of something else.
No. What you're referring to?
NADA buyer's guide.
No. What you're referring to is an MSO. That's a true invoice. What you're
The
referring
MSO
to
is actually like it's the certificate.
No. MSO is a double meaning. Like, it's the title, yes, but the MSO the title comes to package with the actual invoice.
Yeah, the MSO is like the birth certificate of a car, basically. I usually ask for a copy when I bought cars, and they would give me a copy, because in a few days they have to send it off to the Department of Vehicles, and once they lose, you can't really track it down then. But
correct.
Certificate
of origin is them, so they know what's going on.
It's called certificate of origin in some states.
And then the car companies still have the holdback, right?
Yes, they do get that. Yeah.
Okay, now here's the thing with holdback. I tell even to my friends this on a new car, I'll sell to you for invoice minus the incentives, no problem. But the house keeps the holdback only because if the holdback's $500, that's what they're making. The house has got to make something. We're not a charitable organization, and they understand that once you explain to them properly.
Right, but I mean, there's no argument there. They're not in business to give you cars for cost. There's no sense in that. They're a retailer. They're not a wholesaler.
Correct.
But I think we all agree that you can get a great deal on a new vehicle today if you just have a little bit of patience and any kind of sense and credit, or maybe cash, even better, cash.
No. Cash is king. It's so old, and it really doesn't work anymore. It really doesn't.
Oh no, worked for me.
Well, I can't speak for your situation, but it's like up here, up north. Let's say I have a $15,000 car, right?
Okay.
And let's say you offer 12 out the door, you'll get laughed out of the building. You would, because like cost on that, because the used car cost versus retail price is so razor thin right now. I mean, no dealership is going to lose $1,000.
Right. No, I'm saying, look, okay. 2012, January 2nd, 2012, I bought, you're drinking Molson Ice. Okay, good choice.
That's Labatt, but I understand what you're saying.
Oh, Labatt. Yeah, okay, Labatt. I'm sorry, from Rochester, New York. I'll put my drink in the rest for the night. Okay, so you go January 2nd, 2012, I went to the Dodge dealership here, and they had brand new Dodge Avengers. And I mean, the list price was 20 something. But they had this major incentives, $4,500 rebate. Now that's incredible, right? So I plugged that in, okay, and I knew the value of the Corolla was about $6,000. So I went in there, we argued, and got in a big argument. But I paid cash, and I bought that brand new Dodge Avenger for $16,995 plus TT&L minus the $6,000 for the Corolla, and I thought I made out pretty well.
Well, you figure like $16,900 plus the taxes, you're probably about 18 and change, minus the incentive, was you said what, $4,500, right?
That's right. Well, after the $4,500, it was down to $16,900. Yeah.
Okay, so you actually made out pretty good.
Yeah. Then I come to find out in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, they were selling the same cars for $15,900. Oh well.
No. You gotta be careful, because like it's not where they're selling them at. What they're selling them for is where you live at, not what they're selling it for. You gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, because in Salisbury, Dodge City, they said they had the same 2012 Dodge Avenger SE for $15,995. That's $1,000 cheaper than I paid.
Okay, let me a perfect example. I sold Mazda in Phoenix. I sold a Mazda 3 for like 17 grand, right?
Yeah.
Now the tax rate in that neighborhood, because they based on neighborhood, not county or city, was 8%. Across the street, their friend bought the same car from me. It was 8.4%. Across the street was a different tax rate.
Oh, right, because you got to pay the tax rate for where you live. Right, right.
Correct, because not from the county standpoint, like where I live like now, Summit County is like 7.75. It depends what neighborhood you lived in there. And I had to explain that to them. I had to show them on paper by law what they said and pull out a map and show them what the law was. And that's very difficult.
Yeah.
Because they think they're lying to you.
It's not the case in every state, I don't think, but in
No. Phoenix is one of the weird situations. Like here in Ohio, it's county by county.
In North Carolina, it's 3% on a car purchase. It's called HUT, house usage tax. That's all it is.
That's cheap.
It is. It's one of probably the lowest in the and the dealerships have a strong lobby in the state too, that they fight for that vigorously every year because it's very tempting to raise that with legislators.
And they can get people to come in across state lines and buy.
Yeah. So it's been kept at 3%. So if you buy $15,000 car, it's $500.
Well, the thing is, like, you buy it from another state, you got to pay the difference, whether that state is, what the difference that state is, you know.
But then cars, the bottom line is how much it costs you out the door.
Not what you're saying.
It might include some type of dealer prep. There's all kinds of gimmicks.
You got to watch that dealer prep. I'll tell them. As soon as I go in there, I tell them, I say, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not paying for dealer prep, and I'm not paying for a dealer fee. Now, if you're going to, and they've told me, well, that's an automatic charge. I say, well, I'm out of here. Bye.
No. The dealer fee, what do you mean?
Well, you go to some of these places around here, they have
whatever you want to call it.
They call it a dealer fee. That's an embedded.
They do a dealer fee, like a doc fee, something like that?
Documentation, yeah.
Okay, no. Hold on a second, right there.
Hold on.
Now, documentation fee, if you charge somebody, I'm gonna use $250, right? Don't hold me to that, but it's very from state to state. If you charge that number to one person, you gotta charge everybody. That is state law. You cannot get out of that.
Okay.
Because if you negotiate out of that, you are liable for paying the money you didn't pay for that, and everybody else who didn't pay for that. That is state law across the board.
In Ohio. But look.
No. That is across the board. If the dealership decide, if they do an audit, like down in Louisiana, for instance, I don't know if we have it down there, but let's say like you didn't pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Let's say like if somebody pushes the issue, they do an audit and they catch you not paying for it, you have to pay for yours. That person that charging everybody else that didn't pay it. Because it's all or nothing. It's one of those all or nothing laws.
Let me tell you how I got around it. He told me, oh, well, it's a $890 dealer fee.
No, that's excessive. I want to see on paper what it is.
I told the salesman, I said, well, look, I'm glad I got to talk to you today. I'm going to be going to my house now and eat lunch. But I'm glad I got to look at these Dodge Avengers. They're nice. He said, no, don't leave. Don't leave. I said, no, I'm not paying $800. I told you that the first 10 minutes I got here, I wasn't paying that. He said, well, we have to charge it. I said, well, that's your problem. It's really not mine because my Corolla runs fine. I can keep this Corolla for 5 more years. That's not an issue. He said, oh, let me tell you what we'll do then. Now listen to this, Lance. He said, we already decided we were going to give you $6,000 on the trade-in on the Corolla. That car had 100,000 miles. That was a beautiful car. I used to get 44 miles to the gallon on the interstate. He said, look, here's what we'll do. Instead of giving you $6,000 for the trade-in, we'll give you $6,890 on the trade-in. I said, now. So that's how they got around that.
I've done that many times.
Around numbers. That's a move around numbers. That's all it is.
You absorb.
Yeah, you paid for it one way or another.
What did William say?
You have to absorb this somewhere else in the deal for me to do it. You either take it off the price of the vehicle or give me that in the trade. Then we're talking again. So they just rearrange it. I say, if you have to show this for every customer, and it has to be on my bill of sale, you got to find that $800 for me somewhere else for us to do a deal.
Mm-hmm. So
and sometimes they will do it. And I've walked away sometimes, and sometimes they've conceded and given it to me.
So
you know,
you've done that same thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the way. That's just gaming the system is all it is. You know, that's all that really is. But and I don't mind it. I always thought it was sort of entertaining. I didn't mind butting heads with the car.
Oh no, when you got you got a little free time, it can be a good, enjoyable experience.
No. Someone like me who did car stuff for a long time, if I get those farmers that is going to negotiate no matter what, like I always enjoy talking to them because the best way to describe it is this. Yeah, they're going to negotiate. They're going to blow out and leave. But I can catch them at the grocery store or the bar or whatever, and just talk to them outside of the dealership. Those are the customers, and I knew they were buyers. Those are the customers I really enjoy talking to because once you sell them, you got a customer for life. Yeah. The flip side is, like I said, they're negotiating just for the sake of negotiating, and it's like they're being belligerent, mean. It's like they expect you to give away everything, and they give nothing.
I don't see any call for that.
No, it's like that's what I'm saying. They expect to give nothing. There's my problems. It's like I've been in this business so long. It's one of those ones to where if you start that game with me, I'll throw you out and not hesitate and call my friends at other dealerships, and especially when you're going there, and tell them not even to serve you. I'll tell them, like, don't give them a chance to buy a car. They're stuck. They're on Craigslist.
That's collusion.
Collusion. Yeah.
No, it's not collusion. No. That's cartelling. Say, you know what? We don't want your business.
Call it whatever you want to. I'd say that's a slippery slope right there for someone who knows the law.
I want to say
I would never let it get to a belligerent place. If we can't
if they're being belligerent like that, they don't deserve to buy a vehicle from anybody. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I want to say that Jorge Cruz wants a shout out. So,
hey Cruz, I'm sorry.
Shout out to Jorge Cruz. Hey, I want to say this, Lance. Next Wednesday, you still doing the Wednesday night employment where you got to work Wednesday night?
Yeah, I'm still working the Monday to Thursday. At night. Now, next Thursday, I'm scheduled off for the holiday weekend because there's a plant shutdown. Now, they haven't told me it's official yet. I might get moved to another building here in town that Thursday night. I don't know yet.
Because Wednesday night, we're looking at the 3 craft beers that set the stage for the craft beer explosion. Sierra Anchor Steam, Sierra Nevada,
and Sam Adams.
Sam Adams. Drunkin One can join us if he'd be interested.
Now, I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out which one I'm going to get. I tried to look for him 2 days ago. I couldn't find yesterday. Couldn't find any one of those anymore.
Now, what I normally do is I might pop my head in. If you do it at 7 o'clock, I might pop my head in briefly because that's when my lunch is. I might pop my head and say hello for a half an hour. That might be it.
Yeah, it'll be 6:30, 7:30 your time. Well, really, we're just talking about these are the 3 beers that kind of like launched the whole craft beer movement. I think I might try to buy the Samuel Adams Variety Pack because it always includes 2 Boston lagers, right?
Yes, correct.
So
So like,
if you want to just pop in and say hello, that's fine. I mean, it's not exactly an examination. It's just a discussion of the 3 craft beers that kind of set the stage. Of course, Drunkin One, you're invited. You know that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Huh?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday at 6:30. I'm always going to invite. There's certain people I always invite. Like
now,
they can't always join though.
Now, if I'm off next Thursday, I will be trolling. I believe Rod J has his channel on Thursday nights.
Yeah, I couldn't join that last night because I had to go to a meeting.
Now, I'll have that like now next Friday, being a holiday weekend, I may or may not have a chat. Like tonight, I honestly thought I'd be the next county over and not have a chat at all. But I got stuck because everybody stiffed me. That's why I'm here.
Right, because when I got home from work this afternoon, I checked your Facebook page and they had nothing on there about a Facebook chat. So I said, well, I guess he's not doing it. I won't worry about it. Well, then I got some alerts that you were doing this. So I said, well, heck, I'll join. You know.
Yeah, it's one of those weird situations. Like, I had a big date with a truck pull tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, like I love truck pulls. So it's one of those ones where a bunch of friends of mine was going to pick me up. One of my friends might pick me up and take me out there, but he never called. So I got stuck. That's why I'm here.
How dare they? Those rotten bastards.
Right.
Those
yeah, so like next week being a holiday weekend, it's probably going to be, I mean, it's going to be real sketchy if I'm around. If I am, it's going to be very, very brief.
You're not going to see me on any hangouts once football season starts. Let me assure you of that.
You know what? Like, it's funny because I got asked to a chat Saturday night, and I said no. Because, like, Hawaii is playing at UMass Saturday night. That's when the official college football season starts. I said, no, I'm not doing a chat Saturday night for that reason.
No, I'm not missing a game. I'm not missing games that chat about beer. I'm sorry. But some people will be glad about that, as evidenced by what was written in the chat. But that's fine. But
no, this is one of those ones where, like, I'm a college guy. So it's like I'm getting that season. So, like, this week and next week, I'll be fine. The week after that weekend, don't expect me for that because that's the Akron Iowa State game.
Right. I mean,
I'll be totally preoccupied with that.
I'll start looking forward to college football about 10 minutes after the championship game's over. So I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait all year for it and miss a big game so I can do a beer hang. I'm not disparaging beer hangouts because what do I do all day long? You know. But I'm not.
No. You build it for baseball games, so I totally understand.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm not doing it. I'm gonna watch the games, but I do appreciate you inviting me to this.
No, not a problem. It's like giving college football seasons getting ready to start. I know it's going to start getting really sketchy for me. Well, not the next 2 weeks, but after that. I mean, Iowa State. They got Sunbelt action with Troy after that. You know, it's like 2 weeks after that is MAC action. It's like I have a lot of stuff going on.
You see what this is? I got this from UPS the other day. This is I'll show you.
That's a Tulane?
Hold on. Just hold on. Hold on. It's got so much stuff in this booklet I'm trying to get to. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's my season tickets. Yeah, right. I'm gonna miss these 6 games so I can talk about beer on the hangout. Sorry, no, I don't think so.
Which games? That's Tulane, right? Tulane, right?
That's right.
Yeah, but you're not gonna miss the Green Wave. I totally understand.
Now, I mean, some of these games you could make an argument that you could miss, like versus Grambling State, but Tulane
versus still Grambling. You go to Grambling for the band, all right? They're band. You go for that game for that.
Right, they got like 130 members, and then we got Army, Tulsa, South Florida, Cincinnati, and Houston. No, I think I'll be at the game. Sorry.
Even though I always say that they're still playing the Superdome, right?
No, they built their own on-campus stadium.
Okay, it's like I was hoping like the Superdome was one of the worst places for college football.
Yeah, that's been abandoned for college football. They got their own on-campus stadium again.
Okay.
What's the capacity?
35,000 maybe?
30.
30, okay. Same with Akron, okay.
Thanks to the Gold Ring family, the owners of Sazerac Distillery Company, and thanks to the owner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and thanks to Tom Benson. Those are the guys that finance that stadium. But that's all Tulane needs is 30,000. That's all Akron needs. That's all.
These bottom shelf teams. schools.
Did you hear what he did?
Bottom shelf? Okay, now I will say this. Now I'm gonna defend.
You can refute that if you'd like.
Hold on a second. Hold on, Jay. I will say this. I'm gonna defend Tulane first. Their academics is second to none. All right.
Right, but do people go to a football game to watch people?
Academics.
No. I understand that point.
But do people go to a football game to watch people take a history test? I don't think so.
No. I understand that. Now, in Akron's case, we have the history to back it up. Now, we've drawn 40,000 from time to time, you know? That's why you can draw 30. Not now, but it's like we can draw 30,000 if needed, if it's Kenner, Ohio.
Yeah, I've been to Tulane games where they had 50, 60,000, but not too many times. You know, William's right. It's not, I wouldn't say it's bottom shelf, but it ain't exactly top shelf. But
the college football world is top shelf, like the light beer category. You got a few that are basically professional teams.
Alabama.
They dominate the media. They
Alabama,
dominate
LSU, places
they
like that.
Storylines. And there's a whole lot of the other schools that have loyal followings, but they're sort of wavering down below that top level. I'm just
talking to East Carolina, you know, they draw 50,000 in their football games, you know.
East Carolina is a good example because they get ignored, like they don't count.
Yeah, like BYU is the same situation. They draw 50,000 consistently. Now, granted, like they have a lot of baggage, but they draw the people, you know.
But there have been years where East Carolina was the best team in North Carolina, the state of North Carolina.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that.
They love to play the other schools.
But the other schools don't love to play them.
Yeah, that's their Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, like they don't like going to Greenville, you know. That's what it is.
Oh, Jorge Cruz says thanks for the shout out. Hey, you're welcome. But I'm not. I shouldn't be shouting out people on somebody else's chat.
No, Jay. Now, you've been on my chat before. It's like if I miss something, somebody says something, somebody say something, all right? I'm looking at the chat now. It's one of those ones where, like, you know, if they're out there, let's say hello at least.
Yeah, right. Be nice to the customer, right?
Yeah, even though I will say this, the trolls are not around tonight. I'm actually shocked.
A little bit. Just a little bit. Hey, well, it was good seeing you. I guess I better roll out of here. Drunkin One and Lance and William.
All right.
I hope you don't have too much trouble with that Harvey.
Oh yeah, I'm still kind of watching it. Me too. I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, it's more.
As long as it gets on land quickly, it'll be a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the problem. That's the worry that it's going to get out there and just linger.
Yeah, and right. Yeah, that's exactly what we're not looking for. Yeah, I'm looking at looking at some of the videos now of things torn up, and yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Don't worry.
It's all good. We'll make it. We'll make it
for a couple of days and move towards my direction and start snowing.
No,
there you go. Yeah.
No. All right, well, y'all take care now.
You too, man.
You're a good one.
Thank you.
Oh man,
I was trying to think who's the best NFL player ever to come from Tulane.
Tulane.
I'm trying to. I know I'll think of it in the middle of the night. It'll pop in my head or something, but I can't.
This is a tough school because the thing of NFL player, you know. And there's like, I think
like,
when Tulane, I think
it's something like Jerry Rice, Mississippi State, Mississippi
Valley State. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's but who? I'm trying to think of somebody who came out of Tulane was a standout player. I just can't think of one offhand.
No. Like, what Tulane is a higher calling, you know. Football is secondary.
It's sort of like a Duke University of this deep South.
Oh, yeah, enough Duke basketball players, but I understand what you're saying.
Like Vanderbilt is another school which stresses academics.
Yeah.
There's some schools like they've produced one great NFL player and you remember that. And you don't know anything else about this program at all, but
yeah, I totally understand. What time is it? Oh shit, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Again? How much?
No, like my regular job. they got me working at like 7 in the morning. And it's like, really? 7 to 11?
Wow.
Yeah, I hate
That's a weird
that.
shift.
That's a bizarre shift. And I don't mind working the shift, but it's the fact that like I don't know if I'm working my second job until I get up Saturday morning. Because they'll text me saying I'm working or not. So it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, so like,
yeah, especially if you like to drink. You know?
But it seems like, look at granted it's a bar, but it's like, if they text me, I at least had to go in and work for like 3 hours, you know?
Right.
It's like if especially on Saturdays I'm on the schedule, if it says noon to question mark, that's a real problem. I hate that when it says noon to question mark.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah, I might be there like an hour. I might be there 2:30 in the morning, you know?
Right. Yeah, you got to give me a 4-hour minimum at least, something. Yeah.
No. Why I got it set up is like, they just play me a flat unless I got to work for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good with that.
Right.
In my regular job, though, they don't give a damn. And that's why I'm actually kind of happy that I'm almost got the doctors get me to drive again.
Right.
Because the moment the doctors let me drive again, I'm gone.
There you go.
I mean, I got to make money. I mean, I want to do a home brewing. I want to set my own brew pub. I got bills I got to pay. You know, me making $12 an hour just doesn't cut it. You know?
Ouch.
Yeah, that's nothing. And I figured it out. It's going to cost me. And PA Beer Reviews joins us. Welcome.
Well, hello.
And it's one of those ones where, for me to make $15 an hour, I figured it out one day about a month ago. It's going to take me another 6.5 years to get there. Fuck that.
Wow. Yeah, that's not good at all. No. Yeah, 3 to 5% increase just doesn't add up to much, you know.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm like, the way I want to live and the way I want to do, it just doesn't cut it.
Yeah.
Okay, now
we're giving you another $3 on 100. Oh yeah, shit. I might be able to get my kid a Happy Meal.
Exactly. Okay, now listen, guys. Now I gotta get off here. Now PA Beer Reviews just joined us.
Yeah.
Now there's 3 of you. I'm gonna let you guys put it to a vote. Who wants to run the chat?
Not me.
Okay, PA Reviews is out. It was a 50-50.
I'm looking.
I'm good. I'm probably gonna try to catch up on some more of this hurricane crap, I guess. I mean, you can leave it to me, I guess, or whatever. I don't know how long I'll be here though.
I got the chat up, so.
Okay, now now I gotta remember. Now let me put the link down in the chat one more time, just to make sure everybody got it. So keep the Google Play open.
Who else
you guys
is
got it, right?
Yes.
Okay, then what I'm gonna do is do everyone. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. Damn it, Lance.
Damn it, Lance.
Okay, stop. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna jump off here. Now this chat gets dropped. You guys have the link. So what I suggest is
I think you can stop it.
Huh?
Just take it offline. Just quit recording.
Okay, I'm gonna try that because I did it one time before I came around and did it. But I'm gonna get off here. Now you guys be safe.
Yeah, just stop the recording and then it's just like a phone call between us.
Okay, now for everybody, for Drunkin One, PA Reviews, William, let's see here, RJ, Jake Thoreau, Master Beer Reviews, let's let's see, Average Joe. This is Lance Lush. And always be careful and remember, fear to rate.
Cheers. Oh, he didn't do it though.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he X'd out of himself. He didn't X out of the.
It might just stay live for a little bit, and then because it'll only go live for like another 5 minutes, and it'll drop out.
Oh, okay.
But the chat's still up, so someone say something offensive.
Right.
All right, mix it up, spice it up.
That's a Florida University, you know.
Oh, F you. Well, F you too. There you go. Apparently, Rod and Joe are going to be doing a examination of Le Fin du Monde from Unibrew on Rod's channel shortly.
Oh, tonight?
So I'm sure it'll be very, very informative and completely boring.
Damn. Right? Yeah, those are the worst kind, huh?
Yeah. And then after that, I'm sure. I mean, they'll probably go offline and hang out a little bit more if you want to join into that for more chaos later.
I don't have a whole lot going. I'm just kind of checking on that stupid storm we got coming through here.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And just been trying to kind
you
of
need
touch
to do
base
an
with
all-nighter
that.
storm watch. There you go.
Yeah, I'm a nerd when it comes to that stuff. I love adverse weather.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's Joe. Joe's in the chat. He didn't close it down then.
It's going to be absolutely terrible. It is going to be absolutely terrible. The live review will be shitty, just not as shitty as Paul's channel. Nothing is as shitty as my channel.
Damn.
Paul's
here now. Don't talk about
that has
shit
not
about
been
him.
as shitty as my channel. You could do better than that, Joe.
Yeah, I know, right? Joe's usually pretty witty.
How do you guys watch the chat?
I'm on my phone, and then I have the.
That's what I did when I dropped out for a minute. I wasn't leaving without saying bye or anything. I just was going to check the chat because I couldn't do it off the screen I was on now. So I opened up a second page of this chat to view the comments.
Right, that's what I do. That's what I do. And then that second page, like the YouTube page, if you click on where it says live chat, you got the 3 little dots. You can put pop out chat, and it gets rid of the video part and just keeps the comments.
Okay, and it eliminates any sound too that might interfere.
Right.
I think I had sound
and then the one that had the video, you can actually stop it. You can delete it.
Yeah.
You can close it. Rather, you can close it, and then the pop out chat will remain.
Okay, that's what I need to do. That well, you just pop out just the chat portion and keep the screen you're on.
Yes, sir.
What I did, I opened up a second page, so that's the reason it was. And
right. That's like actually, I have 2 screens, so it's a little easier for me.
Yeah.
So, for example, this is that bullshit, the weather crap going on, and then here's the chat over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and you can do whatever you want. It's almost like having a second computer is to having that second screen.
Yeah.
And of course, you can do it on one screen. You just have to, line them up however you like them. There's Rod J. Just put up a video. He's a busy man tonight. So how was work, Paul?
It's absolutely fantabulous.
There was no sarcasm at all right there.
No, not even a little bit.
Fantabulous.
It's as nice as it can be, even though it's the worst place in the world.
Wow.
I heard that word, fantabulous. It was that
fantabulous night to make romance.
That's right. I listened to that record last night.
Poetry and commotion.
Fantabulous night. Well, it's a wonderful night for stars up above and around. That was a cool cat, Van Morrison.
Van Morrison.
There's some more of it there. That weather crap going on.
I'm
I made it to
I'll do
4.
it. I'm gonna hit a beer review probably about 12:30 my time, and then jump on the chat's hardcore style after that.
12:30 your time.
Yeah.
Y'all plan on staying up late?